You're still on mute. Ah, there you go.
What is going on? Oh, man. It's Red Bull time. I'm going to show off my Red Bull can. This is brought to you by Red Bull. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, man. Let somebody complain about that. Oh, you got Red Bull. Red Bull is a Satan animal. Yeah, if you worship it, for God's sakes. He busted out with a 20 ounce. How do you know that's a 20 ounce, bro? You can't read that.
They don't make 20 ounces.
Yeah, hey, you know what? I got small hands. I'm a short guy. This could be a 6 ouncer. It just looks big, bro. Come on now. Come on now.
That kind of same size as your head, Trump.
I know, man. That's true too. Eisman, what's going on, man? What's on your mind, Eisman?
I'm very fine.
Very fine. That's you from Nigeria?
I'm from Ghana.
Oh, Ghana. I apologize. I shouldn't. I forgot there was a few of y'all that says very fine. Usually Nigerians say that. I'm very fine.
Okay.
Let's see. He said because I drink them. Have y'all invited Troy yet? You make sure you tell Troy we are doing this for him. He better be.
Yes, I told him, been on the phone, sent him a text. I said, get on.
He better come
I told
on.
him.
He better come on with it.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, Lisa? What's the deal, Pickle?
I'm at work.
You're at work.
Embellishing
Oh,
Boss's paintings, yes.
bah humbug.
I bought a new RV and it's got all kinds of problems. I'm trying to return it. They don't want to take it back.
Oh, of course not. That's why they sold it to you.
So I guess I have to get a lawyer then if they don't take it back.
Oh
They
yeah,
said
I'm
they'll buy
sure.
it back.
I'm sure there's going to be one step at a time process. Let me tell you, there's some people that I know. You know, they had kids. You know, somebody's got an echo. Lisa, that's got to be you. You're the only one unmuted. Or mute your mic. It's all right. Mute your mic. That way the echo. Or it might be CJ.
No,
Oh no, it's CJ's. CJ, that's you.
It's Justice Bilson. The EIS line.
Oh, Eisman, mute your mic, bro. You got a echo.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. My bad, Lisa. I thought it was. We're gonna figure it out. All right, who's throwing up on my screen? Lorena, Red Bull is mallow. What does that mean, mallow?
Mellow.
Oh, mellow, maybe.
Out here bearing false. I can't believe this.
Yeah, out here bearing false witness. Oh, anyway, I got a couple of buddies of mine, married couple. They had kids anywhere between 19 and 22, somewhere around there. And I think they had 2 or 3. I don't remember. And they're pretty close to the kids. They're pretty back to back. So, but they had, like I said, kids pretty young. So the house, you know, that they were living in, it's, you know, it's kid free, right? It's an empty nest. And I don't know the full story. I didn't ask. But they like got tired of living in a big house and they sold it and bought like a freaking $150,000-$200,000 RV, and they just live like at a RV park. That's what they did. I was like, what? Like the area that I'm at?
That's what I did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the area that I'm at. Well, again, first of all, hey, why not? If that's what you want to do. I mean, we all have the choice.
Travel. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Now, I don't think they've traveled a lot yet, but I think they are starting to like map out, like, you know, where they're going to go. And I think they're kind of getting ready to do that, man. But I don't see anything wrong with that. What's wrong with that? I mean, if you're going to go travel everywhere, you might as well live in a nice. You might as well live like in a nice little place while you're traveling everywhere. You know, you don't got to pull that thing. You can just drive it wherever you want. And it's like a $200,000 one, bro. I mean, right now, I know $200,000 doesn't sound like a whole lot, but yeah. So most houses right now, I'll just tell you, like in the area that I live, you could have got a decent $250,000 house 5 years ago. Listen, 5 years ago, or I'll just say while Trump was in office the first time, you could have got a decent home for $250,000 or between $250,000-$300,000. Decent, like very nice. All those homes are almost doubled. So you with $250,000, you're not getting a decent house anymore in Texas, in the area that I'm at. Now it's like $450,000, $500,000. Like it's almost completely doubled. And they sold their place because, I mean, people are buying houses for crazy money right now, especially after you didn't put even close to that much in it. But they bought them like to be honest with you, it might even be a $250,000 RV, man. Like it's really nice. Like it's almost top of the line that you can get. And I know they have them up to like, I think they even have $1 million ones, to be honest with you. They're probably going to hear this and be like, bro, it's $400,000, whatever. It's a lot of money for this RV that they have. And, you know, I think they pretty much bought it brand new. But when I heard that, I was like, y'all did what? Like, you're going to go live at a like little bitty place right there? Like, why wouldn't you keep your house? And again, the plan is to drive everywhere. I mean, their kids are all in college and moved on. I mean, you know, I think one of them's already married and stuff. Like, they're not going to be, bro. If they live in another, if they live in another state, they're not coming home every weekend, bro. Like, you know, it's just we're in a different era. You know, you have kids. And what do? Everybody fights over who's going to be the soccer mom or everybody wants to be around the kids all the time and all this. And everybody, you know, they done did all that. That's all done. So now they're in the next stage in their life. Now, some people think the next stage in their life is just take all their money and, you know, just travel and see the world. And some people do that. There's other people, they take their money and they go start a ministry and they start bringing people alive. But it's up to you. It's up to you, whatever you do with your life. But I'll tell you.
What are we going to do?
Huh? What?
Right?
What?
That's what we're going to do.
What?
Me and my boyfriend, he's a godly man.
Well, no. I'm not trying to bring you up. I was really just talking about, because you reminded me when you said RV, and, you know, I don't know what their 100% plan is, but, you know, there are people, I know older guys right now, like, you know, and I'm saying older, I mean older than me. They're in their mid 50s, mid 60s. And, you know, all they do is play golf all day. And they're like, all right, we retired. Yeah. And they go home and the wife nags at them. And the next morning they go play golf and they just kind of wait for someone to start talking about how their wife nagged. And then the other one-ups the other one and says, oh, that ain't nothing. My wife started nagging last night because there was a sock stuck in the drawer and she couldn't get it out. So it took us both about an hour. And you can hang around these people all day long, and they took their life and they made money and they paid for their kids' college. And then now they play golf all day, every day. And they buy new clubs every month or every year. And it's like they're not doing nothing. And yet, and to them, they think they're doing something. And a lot of them sit around at a certain coffee table in the back of a small, like, you know, family-owned business. They drink coffee in the mornings. And if you don't know how to do your job, by God, you just go up there every morning and they'll tell you how to do it better. Or if you think you're good at your job, don't worry about it. You just go right on up there and ask for Bob, and old Bob will tell you how to do your job better. He don't know nothing about your job, but he will tell you how to do it. But now I will say this. Sometimes there actually are some smart old farts sitting back there in the corner, and they might actually have been doing your job for 30 years. They might be able to tell you how to do some of it better. But either way, if you ain't never found one of them places, you're not alive. I'm telling you, you need to try it out. And I'm telling you, you need to go find one of them places I'm telling you about and go ask them anyway. Say, hey, I got something to run by you. That's all you got to say. Say, hey, guys, I know I don't know you. I got something to run by you. And they're going to be like, oh, yeah. What is it? Say, well, I do this for a living. I was wondering if any of you could probably help me do it better. But before you answer me, let me give you a circumstance. You got to give them a circumstance. Say, this is what I'm doing at my job right now. This is da-da-da. And, I just don't know if this is the right way over here or this is the right way. And it ain't going to take long. One of them's going to bite. And you get you a cup of coffee and you can be there for 2 hours. Now, I'm not sure if you're going to learn anything or not, but they're going to tell you. And I promise, you're going to leave there with one or two things in your head. I'm never coming back, or I'm going to be back in the morning. And if you're not careful, you're going to be sitting with them old farts every day for the next 20 years, not learning a darn thing. Or there's actually a smart one in the bunch, and you gain something, you glean something behind it. You just got to be careful which bunch it is. But if you ain't never done that, you haven't lived, I'm telling you. And if you haven't went and visited people at an old folks home, I'm not sure what you're waiting on. You think the good times are getting drunk and going and acting like a fool? You think that's a good time? Oh, no. You ain't had a good time until you went to old folks home and you find the lady that eats the checkers on the corner of the room down there. That's a good time. She probably won't be able to help you out with a whole lot, but that place right there, there's going to be, I met in a retired home. I met an old lady. She was probably 70. She was either 68 or 70, somewhere right there. She could have been 69, whatever. 68, 69, 70. And she was lacking one class for her master's degree. And I can't remember what it was in, but she was lacking one class. She has been lacking that one class for like 20 years. She went and got her bachelor's degree when she was obviously, she's in her 20s. She got her bachelor's degree and she went and did something for like 15 years. And then she got out and did something else for 15. It was pretty much like the same line of work, but something about it was different. That's why she left. But because of that, her retirement was still good, and she did it for like 30 years. She retired, at 55, 60 or whatever it was. And she always told herself, because while she's going through this, she's going to get her master's degree. And in her other job, for whatever reason, I can't remember what she said, she just could not finish that last class. And it had nothing to do with her failing it. She just didn't take it. And she's like, oh my God, I'm going to do it next semester. She said before she knew it, saying I'm going to do it next semester or next year, that turned into 10 years. And she's like, oh my God. She's retired. She's living in an old folks home. And when I met her, she was taking that class. So I would see her with look like college books. I can't remember her name off the top. Only knew her for about a month, but I was only there because there was some people that I knew. But I like to go around and meet people. And I said, I want to say her last name started with a J. I don't know. I'll just say Miss J right now. But I saw her one day with these college books, and I said, Miss J, what is that? She said, this is so-and-so class, and I don't remember what it was. Like I said, I only knew her for about a month, but I only talked to her probably once a week or twice a week, so I didn't know her a whole lot. But I was amazed when I seen this 70-year-old woman, dude, finishing her master's degree. I was like, what? I was like, well, why didn't you get it done? Anyway, she told me. And I was like, this lady, that's what I'm talking about. I was like, man, you must have been a pretty cool person growing up. She's like, well, yeah. So, you got to be careful when you tell an old lady or an old man, you must have been pretty cool. What was it like growing up? If they start pulling out their pictures and you walk away, you need to go to the woods and go, not. Like, you shouldn't have asked that question because they're about to pull out they're about to give it to you, all of it. So she went and she reached under her bed, and I should have known, but she did. And she pulled out that portfolio. That thing looked like if she would have blew the dust off it more than once or twice, that thing would have fell apart. That thing had Seen some better days. That's for sure. That day she pulled out of there. Anyway, she opened that sucker up and she's like, well, this is when I was, in college. And, she's just going through all these pictures. And I'm like, man, who's all these guys in here? I'm trying to give her a hard time about all the dudes. She's like, oh, those are my two brothers. That's my uncle. And that was my husband. He passed away so many years ago. And I'm finishing up my college. And she did. She got her master's degree, right? I didn't see her for like 2 or 3 months, but when I went back over there, she had it. She had that sucker. Hey, it was the newest thing in her room. There was nothing that had a shine in that room, boy. Wherever she was living before she moved in there, hey, they took everything right out of that house, stuck it right on in there, and boy, I bet the things on her walls were older than I was. And I met that lady at an old folks home, and I'm telling you, there's so many cool people that live in there. I'm telling you. I'm not even kidding, man. And I understand circumstances that people have to, they do have a choice, but because of certain circumstances, it's kind of like they don't. And so they put them in there. And I'm not, some of them people, they become unalive just, because they're alone. They feel alone. But this lady, I was like, has anybody come see you? She goes, yeah, they come at least once a week or every other week. And it's always something different. And I'm telling you, it matters how you treat people. You treat people like crap, don't be surprised you get thrown in an old folks home and ain't nobody come see you. They don't even have memories of you.
Why is it every time I pop up, y'all talking about senior homes?
We were talking about before you got here. What's up, bro? What's going on, man? Yeah, no, I was just talking about.
Been on for a while.
We've been on for probably 30 minutes, maybe. Not very long. I was just talking about. Talking about all kinds of stuff, but I was just telling people, man, that if you ain't never been to an old folks home, just and make sure. First of all, let me make myself clear. Don't just walk in there to an old folks home and start. Don't do that. I'm saying like. Go with the church, find a church that goes there to spend time with them like that. Don't just walk in there by yourself. You're gonna look like a weirdo. Okay. Just go with the church and, matter of fact, tell the church you don't want to go alone. It's like, can I go with someone that like already goes, and hangs out? And I'm telling you right now, if nobody knows you, go with someone that they do know. And then let me tell you this, don't go every day. If you're that kind of person, don't do this. Don't go over there every day, dude. Okay, go over there once a week or every other week and just say hi. And I don't know why people can get weird. Don't get weird. Just say hi. It's. But anyway, I'm telling you, if you haven't done it, you need to do it. You're gonna meet.
Said you could. I'm sorry.
No, what were you saying?
I guess I'm getting a lag. Yeah. No. Average was saying you could volunteer in a lot of those places.
Who said that?
But they'll do some kind of small background scrape. Believe it or not, Aaron's in back.
Oh, Aaron. Yeah. No, you can. I'm telling you, just go to a church. I would go with the church. You can go. You can do it however you want to do it. Let me do this real quick. You can do it however you want to do it. And yeah, of course, they're not going to just let anyone walk in there. They're going to make sure that you're have legitimate reasons or whatever. But if you're allowed to go, is what I'm saying. If you're allowed to go, take the opportunity and do it. I'm telling you, you can meet some really cool people there. A person that will tell you a whole life other than your parents is what I'm saying. Like I said, I met that one lady there. I met this one guy that what did he grow? Some kind of weed, and I don't mean like Mary J. I'm talking like a grass weeds. It was a weed. Oh, it was a tea. It was a tea. It was some kind of weed root thing, but it was a tea. And when he was real young, his family had a bunch of property, like a lot of property. And one day, someone in his family came across this I'm going to say plant, but it's not really a plant. Came across this plant and recognized it and said, hey, I think this is like a tea, but it's not a tea. If you guys, it's not considered a tea, but it is considered a tea. You just can't call it that. And I can't remember why, but we'll just call it a tea just for right now. But anyway,
is it called the herb?
No. So they do call it tea, but it's like saying banana tea, like that. It's like a root, but you can't call it a tea because a tea they're called tea leaves, right? But it's not a herb. Anyway, we're gonna call it tea, but it's not your traditional tea. The flavor's a bit different. Well, anyway, so they they got the leaves or the root of this thing and they boiled it up and they made a tea out of it. But the family member already knew that's what it was, but he confirmed it by making a pot and he's like, bro, that's it. Oh my God. It was all over the property. So this family, that's what they started doing for a living. They started selling this tea that's on their property and made a lot of money doing it. And I think to this day, that tea is available, and I don't remember what it's called, but it was on their property, bro, and they found it. So they found it, and oh man, hold on. So they found it, sold it, and made a lot of money. And this guy that I met at an old folks home, he told me that is what he lived his life selling, that family plant on that property. There was like 10,000 acres. And at some point they like sectioned off so many acres. And that was going to be the area that they were going to use, but it was hard to do because it would pop up everywhere on the property. And what are you going to do? Like not take it? But of course they started buying machines, right? Because there's machines you can buy that will help you like harvest a certain part of it. And it was growing all over the place. Anyway, he said that's what he did when he was a kid all the way through adulthood. And I think they ended up selling the property or something, and that's all he talked about was those plants, because that's all he did. And of course there was other things he could talk about, but that was a huge part of his life, and it was just amazing hearing that. And I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be a piece of property. I'm telling you, if you sit down and you just shut up for an hour, just don't think nothing, don't have your phone, your tabby don't have your tabby on. And just sit there and let me tell you something. If you live in the city and, God bless your heart. But if you can't help it and you live in the city and all you hear is cars and noise, listen, drive out to where there ain't nothing. There's just nothing there. And get out of your car and just shut up and just look around. Just give God a chance to sit there and maybe give you some ideas that maybe there's something you can do. And I still do it to this day. Like today, my brother came over. We've been, we're making some bundles. And before I said, hey, so we got to build another firewood stand. And he's like, oh man, no, because of this and that. And I'm just watching him. And I'm like, I said, the Bible says be slow to speak. It didn't take him but seconds to be like, well, no, man, because, and I said, what? And, I tell you, even my own little brother can misunderstand me sometimes. So I said, listen, if I say we need to build another one, we need to build another one. And anybody can take that wrong. Somebody was like, well, what's that supposed to mean? Like, listen to me. I'm trying. You gotta understand, he's grown up with me. So if y'all get an earful knowing me the amount of time you've known me, just imagine my younger brother, right? So he's here. Here he is again, hearing his brother saying, "Look at me, trot, roar, do as I say." And I'm like, what I said could have came off that way, but I said, no, bro, I'm not saying because I've tried, we're gonna do this. I'm saying that when have I put my hand to something? Now I've made so many dumb decisions in my life, but I'm not talking about making a bad decision. I'm saying as far as, where I know that something's going to work, like something that I'm going to create, make, or build, or something like that. Trust me, I don't know how many people's in here, 30? I don't know. I might be pushing it with that, but I probably made more bad choices than everyone in here put together. And I probably made, if let's say if you got bad choices 1 and you got bad choice 10, like 10 being the worst, I've probably done more 10s than everybody in here put together. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to brag about how dumb of certain things that I've done in my life. Excuse me. But I'm being dead serious. What do you say, Troy?
I said, I'm right there with you, brother.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm being serious. You ask my little brother, hey, how successful is your brother? He'll be like, oh, he's successful. And then ask him, hey, how many dumb things? And he's gonna be like, probably as successful as he is. That's about how dumb he is too, right? So I'm saying this, trust me, I didn't grow a heart for people, by accident, Now there are some people, man, that they haven't really been through a tough time and they know how to love people. I'm being serious. I've met people that have not had a hard time at all, other than a family member passing away. I've met people, they actually had an amazing life and they know how to love people more than I do. So that kind of flipped me around a bit, because I thought you had to go through something hard and learn how to. I really thought that when I was younger. But meeting as many people as I have, it's proved it to be completely wrong. That there are people that actually make good choices. Like everybody's not going around suffering and making dumb choices. It's not true. I've met people that I can prove, knowing them and their entire family, they have never made any horrible choices. They stole bubble gum when they were 7. You know what I mean? Like, the last time that they actually did what we would call a bad sin is they got in a fight when they were in junior high. Like, I mean, there are people that they generally have a good heart and they don't go around making idiotic choices, But anyway, with that,
I'm just going to give you one good point. I was just going to say one good point to it. My mother told me one time, son, you sleep in the bed you make.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hit the mic, Troy. What? Can you say that again?
Oh, I was saying, man, why I say it, I'm probably right there with you is because my mother used to tell me all the time, son, you're going to sleep in the bed you make.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
More times than many.
Oh, yeah. And, I just tell people, look, if you want to sleep in the bed that you make, just make sure your bed is made out of paper. Hopefully you ain't got to sleep there very long. Hey, make sure it's made out of paper and it's made outside. Make sure it's in raining season, too. Hopefully you ain't got to be there very long. But I'm just saying, but anyhow, so I met this dude. He's telling me about his property. And that's how we got on the, I'm sorry, but that's how I started the whole firewood thing is I just shut up and I just ask questions in my head. I'm talking to the Lord. There's no perfect remedy to it. But anyhow, so I was telling my brother, I said, hey, we need to make another firewood stand. He's like, oh man, and he's got questions, but the questions are coming from from a state of mind that all this has to be done and all that has to be done. And he's like, bro, think about it. He's like, if there's a boxing ring and there's someone that's the world champion and let's say someone, they never boxed in their life and they go, okay, God, I'm going to go in there and knock this world champion out. I'm going to be like David and Goliath. Bro, that guy's about to go in there and get murdered. Like he's about to go in there and get slaughtered. Praying to God is not like a genie and all of a sudden you just have knowledge and you know how to block and duck and weave and all. No, bro, you're not going to learn that in 10 seconds. You're done. You can run away. You know, maybe you can try to headbutt him or use an elbow. You might be able to get away by cheating, but you ain't beating the world champion if you ain't never boxed in your life. That ain't going to happen. Right? And so he throws that out there. And I said, what does that got to do with us making another firewood stand? What do you mean? Like, you know, if we got another firewood stand, we got to have more wood. And I said, well, okay. So you're telling me we're not going to make another firewood stand because we don't have the wood to put in there? He's like, well, yeah, we got to be smart about this. I was like, yeah, let's start off by being smart, by having faith in God that if we build something, that we're going to get the firewood, bro. It's okay, bro. We're gonna get. That's where faith comes in. That's where faith is going to come in. When you do the first thing that God is telling you to do, like if you're asking him, hey, Lord, like, what is probably the next thing I need to do to make this business bigger? And let's say just through meditation, you're like, you know what? Another firewood stand. Okay, another firewood stand. I don't have to, well, hold on now. If I do that, then I need to do this first. And then before I do that, I need to do that. No, that ain't, I've never done anything like that in my life. I've never done anything like that in my life, ever. I've never done that. I've always done the first thing that God told me to do, and then he'll tell me the next thing. You can't think that you having all the answers is when you move forward with something. Okay? Now, if you just met a man or a woman and you go get married to that person today because Trot said, I don't have to have all the answers, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about anything in your life other than meeting someone and marrying them in 30 seconds. I'm just saying, God told Elijah, I need you to go over there. And he went over there. That's where God told him to go. So he went over there. And guess what? There was nothing there. There was no food or anything there. Elijah didn't say, all right, Lord, if I go over there, you know, they better have a lot of food, a lot of animals. It was during a time of famine. But he did the first thing God told him to do. So he goes over there. And while he's there, God used a bird to bring him food every day. You see how the next answer came? Elijah didn't already know that that's exactly what's going to happen. You know, even if God says, hey, you know, and I'll send a bird. Oh, you'll send a bird to feed me? You're going to sit there and tell me there ain't more questions? Okay, well, if you send a bird, what about people? Or is there going to be anybody there to meet me? Oh, and what about this? And what about that? Bro, it's important to start to learn how to hear from God. Learning how to hear from God is not having all the answers. Not all of them. It's okay to do a budget if you're going to build a house. If you have no money in the bank, none, zero. Matter of fact, you live in the street. You're in the street. You've never even, not like our brother Troy, he just had his establishment burnt down. I'm saying you've been in the street 10 years. You have not lived inside shelter for 10 years. You have no money. Matter of fact, you have no skills whatsoever. And you go, you know what? I need to build a house. Well, yeah, that's true. You do. Well, how are you going to do that? You're not a good place to build one. So it's okay to have the thought that I need to build a house. But if the next thought isn't, all right, go get a job. Well, I don't want to have to do all that, bro. How you going to build a house then? How you going to do that? Well, God's faithful, and I'm just going to pray to him, and somebody's going to give me their home. Look, I'm not saying that there's not people in the world that know how to give, okay? But for every dollar that somebody gives, there's less and less people that's going to give that amount. So there may be 1 million people in the world that will give anybody $1. But as soon as you say you want 2, that number goes from 1 million to 800,000. As soon as you say I want $3, it goes from 800,000 to 700,000. About time you say I want $20, that goes from 700,000 to about 500 people. There are 500 people in the world that will give you $20. And guess what? Out of the 500 people, there's only 10 that lives in your vicinity, and you don't know none of them. But you got to do the first thing that God tells you to do. The first thing. Having an idea to live in shelter, there's nothing wrong with that. Having an idea to make another firewood stand, there's nothing wrong with that. It just becomes wrong when you don't have vision that the Lord's given you. You don't have vision. So you're like, okay, let's see, firewood stand. Let's see, we need more wood. And I had to tell my brother, I said, listen, let me ask you this. If I said, I'm going to build me a chicken coop, and we didn't have this conversation, he would say, well, where are the chickens? That's what he would say. If I have the vision, I don't have to explain all that to you. I'm going to build a chicken coop. I'm not praying to God that he sends 20 chickens to fly on my property and then they belong to old Miss Susie down there and I go to jail for theft. I'm going to go get my own freaking chickens, man. But it ain't going to make no sense for me to go buy chickens right now. I don't got no darn chicken coop. So I'm going to build the chicken coop first. The answer will come. I'm trusting God. I don't have to say to myself that I have to have all the wood. Just like we get wood now, we'll get more wood, But again, I'm the one that has the vision. So I'm not even afraid, even a little bit, that it ain't going to work. It'll be fine. Just like this one. This one's fine.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
You're lagging real bad. You're lagging real bad.
Let me see. Am I lagging for everybody else? YouTube, am I lagging?
Kung Fu movie.
Let me make sure, though. YouTube, am I lagging? Guys on YouTube? Hold on a second. Okay, YouTube says no. Anybody else say yes or no on YouTube? Okay, let's see. Jay Spazin said no lag. It might be you, Troy. I'm looking at my internet. My internet is...
I'll start back in.
Do what?
I was saying I'll swipe out and swipe back in.
Okay. All right. Good evening. Betty, what's going on, Betty? All right. Anyway, all I'm getting at, I guess, is because of just a few things that happened today. I'm telling you, geez, go somewhere where there ain't no noise and just shut up. Just don't even use your mouth. Just think, okay? Think. And if you do it too long, you might...
I agree with that, Trot.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I was administrator for assisted living, and the wisdom and knowledge from those people was utterly amazing. How they survived the dirty 30s to troubled times in their marriages to faith in the Lord. It's amazing what you learn from them. It's incredible.
Yeah. What about going outside and shutting up? What about that?
Well, I hear my cows a lot. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay, but that's different. That's different though, because that's natural. That's just natural noise, right? That's natural noise. I'm saying,
right.
But you are outside, and I know there's times where you probably didn't use your vocal cords for probably 5 or 10 minutes straight, if not 30. You're just kind of focusing on what you're doing out there. And that's still kind of doing the same thing. Yeah, okay, there may be animals around. Dude, I don't know, I got about 150 trees on my property or more, and there's all kinds of critters running around. So there's noise, but it's nature. Like, it's just normal. What I'm saying is us causing the noise, right? Talking, radio,
Agreed.
Just sometimes, you can go to, I don't care if it's a cow pasture, it don't matter. You can go right there. I'm just saying you the person, just shut up, just sit there and just shut up. You know, I remember working on a farm. This guy probably only had, I don't know, he might have had 200 chickens. And I'll tell you, I never, even to this day, because a chicken pecking you and you're grabbing eggs, it doesn't hurt. Man, I'm telling you, the strongest chicken in the world is not going to make me hurt if it pecks me. It may be a little irritating, but I don't like it. I don't like it because I know in their head they're trying to be like, get away from me, get away from me. And I just want to thump every one of them, right? And of course, most of them, they just hop off and they, all the eggs are right there. Sometimes it's two, sometimes
they're way away.
Yeah, but every once in a while you have the missus, and she's like, she's letting you know. She's letting you know, don't you put your hand under me. She's letting you know. And I'm like, ma'am, I'm going to ask you nicely one more time. Listen, when you're dealing with 200 chickens and out of every 15, 20 chickens, you got at least two of those or one of those, you're like, hey, I'm telling you, I had about four of them. I had about 4 or 5. Dude, hey, they were in the same box every time. It was the same woman, the same one. And I said, all right, now, Miss Poppins, I'm coming back. And she's already like, don't you dare come over here. I mean, she is telling me, don't you do it. And I keep pointing out, Miss Poppins, I'm coming. As soon as I make this round, I'd leave her alone. I'd leave her alone. And as soon as I came around that corner, I come straight to her. I go, Miss Poppins, I'm coming. She knew I was talking to her. After a few weeks of this, she knew, here he comes, and I'm like, and I have my little glove on. And I said, look, I'm not scared of you pecking, but maybe one day you'll hit my knuckle wrong and I'm going to get mad and I'm going to eat you that night, that you hit me too hard. And she didn't care, but there was probably a handful of them. And I mean, I had Mrs. Betty, Miss Pop. I knew all their names. That's what I'm calling her. That's what I'm calling her out there. And there's times where I just didn't say nothing. I just walk in there, stick my hand. They're all pecking me. And you can hear all the racket, but I don't have to talk. I walk through there, grab all the eggs and go put them by the sink to rinse them off a little bit, stick them in some cartons, and right after that, I'm going to go make sure the water troughs are full. And then I'm going to go watch the pigs have babies and make sure they don't lay on them and kill half of them over in the night, and be careful how I fight them off so I can,
right?
So I could grab the piglets and without getting killed by the. Do what?
Right, they pile up in the corner in the wintertime. They'll pile up on the corners and smother each other.
All of them, and you're sitting there and you can't do nothing. I mean, you can hop over there. You can hop over there if you want, but I'll tell you right now, she's not thinking she's unaliving her babies, but she's gonna get you as soon as you come in there. She gonna get you. She gonna get you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I had this. My buddy.
Absolutely.
My buddy had a. It might have been a Brahman bull. I don't remember what kind of bull it was. It didn't matter. It was his bull, and man, I'm telling you, he may not have been the smartest bull that I've ever been around, but he's up there in the top 10. And I'm telling you, I didn't spend a whole lot of time my whole life with a bunch of bulls. But I spent enough time to know that if they tilt their head, you're done. They better not tilt their head at you. So I already knew that. And he's like, man, my bull's out. And I said, I'm not going to go get your bull. You're crazy. I done told you that. I don't do that. Nope. I ain't going over there and getting your bull. He's like, I got the cattle prize. I said, I am not poking your bull. You're out of your mind. Nope. I said, no. I said, if you had a side-by-side, shoot, I wouldn't have a problem. I'd go honk his butt all the way up. No problem at all. But you want me to go over there with the stick of Moses? Nah, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I ain't doing it. So he's like, man, I need your help. I said, bro, you go with me. I'll go. And I said, I'm telling you right now, that bull of yours ever tilts its head at me, I'm done. I'm never helping you again. So we went over there. We got it back in. I'm telling you, the whole time that bull's looking at me. We're walking, and he's like, who is this? I don't know who this is. It was the first time I ever helped that dude. So we get it in there, and I'm telling you, it looked like he unlocked that gate with his tongue. Who in the world, if you were to see where this gate was, there ain't nobody back there. And I'm telling you, everybody likes this guy. Nobody's going to go on his property and unlock the gate, dude. And I'm like, dude, don't not tell me that you got a ninja bull. That bull's a freaking ninja. How in the world that thing get unlocked? because his tongue could do it, because it's not like, it doesn't have like an actual lock on it, but you have to pull it up, twist it, and pull it up again. Like there's a certain thing you got to do to unlock this. Anyway, I go back there with him, and we put it in there, and I'm telling you, that bull's looking at me like, don't come over here again. So if it wasn't the next day, he got out of that gate again, dude. And as soon as I heard he got out, I ran to that gate. There's spit all over it. So I know for a fact that he's figured out how to open this gate. I said, bro, you need to put a lock on there. He's like, well, I ain't doing it. Well, when he wasn't looking, I went and got some fence wire, and I made sure that thing couldn't come up. And so the next day, I go out there to check the gate. There is spit. I don't know how this bull didn't die of dehydration. He must have been licking that thing for 10 hours straight, thinking that he could still do it. But he doesn't know I tied it up. Well, anyway, he figures out how to get out again. And the dude, and I don't know, he probably got out 4 or 5 times, and I helped him. Now, I'm by myself this time. And he's like, hey, I need you to go out there. And I said, bro, I'm sitting there telling you, if he tilts his head at me, I'm never doing it again. So, of course, I take the rod of God with me. I'm out there with this rod of God, and I get him about halfway back, and he stops. And I said, hey, come on now. I said, don't do it. I said, yeah. And he turns around, he looks at me, and he slowly starts turning. Thank God there's trees every like 10 or 15 feet. And I wasn't but like a foot or two from this tree. It was a mesquite tree, and it was a tall one. And the good thing is it wasn't one that went straight up. It looked like a darn one of them Asian trees. What do you call it? Anyway, but it kind of went to the side, so I was able to hop on the tree real quickly. And I'll tell you, as soon as he almost straightened out, he tilted his head, Bubba. I was on the top of that tree in 3 seconds. He tilted his head, and when he went to look back up, I saw him go, what? I'm in the tree. I'm not even making a noise. He's looking around like I was about to get this guy. And I didn't want him to know I was up in that tree. So I waited for him. And good thing he's going the right direction. He goes all the way up there. I slowly get down. I was like, I'm going to give it one more. I go up there, and I'm telling you, he knows I'm behind him. He can hear me. He stops. And this time, before he got all the way around, he tilts his head, but he doesn't do it all the way. He can still see me with one eye. And he just comes right at me. And there was another tree right there. And I got on that tree, and I took that stick, boy, and I poked the heck out of him. And that was it. That was the last time. That was the last time I did that, man. But I enjoyed working on a farm, and it just reminded me to to slow down and just think, man. You can just think about stuff. You are your own executive. You're your own staff. And your mind is the round table. You can sit there and ask yourself questions. I mean, you can have 10 versions of yourself asking. Let the anger. You ain't never seen that cartoon where inside that little girl's head they got anger and sadness. And anybody ever seen that? Can't remember what it's called.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All you got to do is just play. All you got to do is
either.
Yeah, all you got to do is play that out. Just say, okay, what would the anger me say right now? What would the sad me say? I'm telling you, you'd have 10 questions come at you. And then once you get them 10, you can just think, well, let me see. And I'm telling you, the whole time God's there. He's there, and he's giving you the right answer. And you just got to just be quiet long enough to hear it. And then once the ridiculous questions are answered, then you can say, okay, well, I know that question didn't come from God. That's dumb. You can just sit there and just think. And I thought a lot. Every chance I get, I still go outside and I think. And so again, just not too long ago, it was probably about a couple of weeks ago, I guess. It's the animation Inside Out. Cincy got it. Yeah, that's what it's called. Inside Out. That's it. Yeah, the little anger guy. It's a guy, by the way. And he's red.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. I think they made a part 2, but I don't know. But that thought.
Yeah, I have
Go ahead.
A video trot. I have a video trot of nothing, looking at my dad's ranch, and it's nothing but the sounds of nature. And I never said a word, and I just wanted people to hear what nature was speaking, the peacefulness that you find, and what it sounds like if you're quiet and still and shut up, as you say, and just listen. As for the bulls tilting, I raised bucking bulls for 24 years. I had a lot of heads tilting at me,
I
a
bet you
lot.
did.
And I could tell when they were bluffing and when I had to climb and run too.
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't get to a point where you can tell where they're bluffing. But I always told myself, I'm done, dude. From here on out, none of them are bluffing to me anymore. That I made a deal with myself. I don't care if they're bluffing or not. If they do it, then I'm going to tell whoever's in charge of them, you can, hey, that bull, I have nothing to do with that bull anymore. Period. The end, man. And, you know, I only had, I only had one heifer, kind of tilt their head. And, the bad thing is I was in between, some like a pole fence. You know, I was right in between that pole fence and this heifer, and she was pregnant. Oh my Lord have mercy. She tilted her head, and I'm like, is she tilting her head? Now, when she did it, she didn't have enough room to turn around and charge me. She just went sideways and slammed me up against that pole. And when she kind of moved back to do it again, I hopped over the other side and I just laid there. I laid there. I was like, that hurt. Hey, I was laying on that concrete. It was like a 40. Hey, it was like a 45-degree angle. That piece of concrete. I rolled over and I laid down. I was like, oh man, that hurt. And her head is right here. Her tongue is touching me, and I'm like, I don't care. You ain't gonna hit me like that again. I said, I'm gonna brand your butt with, I don't know, with something tonight. Oh man, yeah, but you know.
I
Go ahead.
finally had to, after tipping the bull's horns, you know, for rodeos, so they wouldn't hook the guys. I had always left the horns on my cows that raised them, so you know they could have defense from coyotes and whatever that came after the babies. And everybody's like, Kelly, don't you worry about people stealing your bucking babies. And I'm like, may the grace of God be with them if they try, because if one bellers, all them horns are coming at you, and I don't have enough words for you. I never even touched them after 6 months after I weaned them, just because their mothers were that protective, and I didn't want their sharp horns in my sides either.
Yeah. Yeah. What did this say? Oh my God. You're wearing a different shirt. What? Allie. I don't know what I was spelling right there. What way-woes? That's not how you spell always. I'm gonna put it in there anyway. I'm always wearing a different shirt. Allie. Which Allie is this? Let me see. I can't even click on. Man, why is this thing not do? My Lord have mercy. There it goes. Yeah, what time is it? 5:40. Yeah, so I came up today with that on my mind, something that happened. And sometimes you can't really tell if someone has vision or not, man. You can't. Sometimes you have to get to know a person to know if they have a vision or not. And so you can help somebody have vision. Sometimes they just have to see how to do it. Right. There was a guy I discipled one time, and as soon as he started getting descaled, he could start seeing. Hold on a minute. he can, just when he was able to like understand parabolic language and like pictures, depictions and allegorical truth that's in the Bible. As soon as he started acknowledging that, he was like, oh, I get it now. And I mean, he started seeing it and it was great. He had a dream and he came up to me and he's like, man, I had a dream. I'm not going to go through the whole dream, but the main part of it is he said that God was standing right next to him. And God told him, hey, he said, take your hand and rub it on the ground. And he's like, what do you mean? God had just did this in front of him. He goes, watch this. And he did it right in front of him. And he said that red hair started growing on the ground. Okay. Again, I'm getting straight to the point. There's other parts of the story that would help make some sense. So, and he saw God do this to the ground and red hair started growing. And so he knelt down and he started rubbing the ground. And he got disappointed because nothing happened. And he said, hey, nothing happened. He goes, no, not like this, not like that, like this. So he takes his hand, puts it on the ground, and God put his hand on top of his and rubbed it with him. And it started, and it, the dream was God trying to tell him, I'll do it with you. You don't have to do everything. I'll do it with you. That's what the dream was telling him. And there's been several of those that's happened in the past where God has helped me show someone that what they think is operating in faith is not operating in faith. So my younger brother was like, but bro, every day when I come up here, he's like, I'm cutting and I'm doing that in faith that all this is going to work. I go, no, that's not faith, bro. The wood already sells. You already know that if you come up here and cut it, and you already know it's going to sell. I said, bro, that's no longer faith. At that point, it's no longer faith, bro. Faith is when you're scared to do it and you have to trust God that it's going to happen. That's faith. Are you scared when you come up here and you cut and split? Are you afraid that it's not going to work? He's like, well, no. He's like, because I have faith. I said, no. At that point, it's no longer faith, bro. That's not faith anymore. That's like saying, if I get on an airplane, I have faith, that it's going to operate properly. I have no, bro, even though there are lots of, airplanes that crash, I'm talking about as far as other countries and stuff like that. You have a better time getting in a car crash than you do an airplane crash. But just because the airplane works and you're like, yeah, but it could still happen. And I can't, no, bro, you're not the one that put all the work into making the airplane. That thing's already proven to work. So we don't use faith to get on the airplane, bro. I said, you don't come, to the yard up here, cut rounds, split the wood, stack it. You're not doing any of that. There's no faith being used there. That's not faith. Faith is when I told you, hey, look, I'm going to get more serious into selling wood. Do you want to come join me and you can make some money? And you're like, well, I don't know how to do it. And this and that. And I remember seeing him trying to figure out all the answers. I said, bro, just trust me. Just trust me. It's going to work. And he's like, well, I don't remember you question you a lot. I do. I remember him questioning everything, but he wanted to, right? He wanted to have his conscience clear, and that's fine. But that's kind of an issue when you're wanting your conscience clear first and then you'll move. That's not faith, right? That's not faith. When you want your conscience clear first and then you'll move, it's for instance, like when, now you don't want to go mess with someone else's conscience. I'm talking about in when you're moving by faith because you're trusting the Lord. I'm talking about that, not you messing with someone else's conscience. So when Moses was told by God to take the snake by the tail, even though it tells us that Moses got afraid, right? Because the rod turned into a snake, but he said, take it by the tail. God did not give him the answer on why he shouldn't be afraid. He just told him, take it by the tail. But in the Quran, the same story is told. But when they were plagiarizing the story, they added that the God here, right, in Quran, the God in the Quran told Moses, "Don't worry, I will turn it into your rod in your. I will turn the snake into a rod in your hand again when you pick it up." When I read that, 100%, I knew, oh, there's no faith in this book. I knew there is no faith in this book. Faith is not present because the carnal-minded person that plagiarized the Bible, they said it tells the rest of the story. No. What they did is they added their carnal mind parts in there so it can make sense to people. Well, people like me, that's how I know that a man wrote it, because God expects man to move by faith, not by feeling okay. So it's hard to explain that to someone when they don't understand what you're saying. But how I know that it was just a man that plagiarized the Bible, how I know is because God told Moses, pick it up by its tail. And he did not give him the answer. He didn't take his fear away. Moses picked it up and it became a rod in his hand, but he trusted God. He did the first thing that God told him what to do. He did the first thing. God already knew it was going to turn into a rod in his hand. He already knew, but Moses didn't know. God is only pleased by faith. He only operates by faith. That's the only way. He doesn't give you all the answers. It's not true. God does not operate that way. It's only by faith. That's the only thing that pleases him. That's the only way anything can be operated when you know that it's coming from God. It has nothing to do by taking away the man's fear. If God took away fear every time you were in fear, there'd be no place for God. But it's so funny that in the Quran, when Moses gets afraid, he's telling him to pick the snake up, he says, hey, look, when you pick it up, I will make it a rod again in your hand. Now show me where the faith is. If God gave you the answer, so if God said, hey, go make another firewood stand. Well, Lord, I don't think we got enough firewood for it. So in my case, it would be, I need to make a firewood stand. Wait a minute. God said, no, first go get a lot of more firewood. And then, but that's not what he said. He said, make a firewood stand. Go make another one. That's what he said. And so you're supposed to do the first thing. Do what?
Oh, I was just saying, didn't God say, didn't he say, I can't remember exactly how he said it, but, talking about wax short. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. He said, is the Lord's arm wax short? Yeah. I mean, that's just God pointing out. That's just God pointing out. Like, it's kind of like he'll tell you something that you need to do, and you are supposed to know that he's the one that's going to make this happen. He is. But first he told Noah, make an ark. That's what he said. Right? But the attitude, if God would have said, hey, go get all the animals. Oh, okay. What do you want me to do with it? All right, tell them all to stay right there and then make an ark. No, bro, the ark was made first. The ark was. So, after meditating over the next thing, yeah, I can sit here and just think stuff up all the time, but it's all about listening to what he's telling you to do, because your perspective is going to change. After you do the first thing that he's telling you to do, your perspective will change. There's 1,000 ways. You don't know enough of what's going on in this world to figure out the 1,000 ways that making the next firewood stand could push, what you're doing to the next. You're not going to understand that. So I told my younger brother, I said, just listen, let me give you a couple examples. I said, this is 2 out of 1,000. So don't let these 2 ruin what I'm telling you. I said, let's say we're outside making the firewood stand, and somebody driving by sees us building something. They don't know what it is, and they go, hey, what are y'all making? And I said, you see that firewood stand right there? Yeah, we're making another one. oh, you know what? I sell firewood. I live, 2-3 hours away from here. I was just down here. Hey, can y'all build me 2 of those? Yeah, but it's going to cost this much. So now, not only are we selling firewood, we're making 2 firewood stands. But that would have never happened if we wouldn't have just started building it. So that's just one way. Another way is we finish building the firewood stand and we go and stick it, because I got a few places that I can put the next one. But we go put it up there, and as soon as we put it up, somebody driving by sees our number, and they call it, and they go, hey, man, I need 2 stands like this. I run a business over here, and I know across the street they're going to want one, or wherever else. Hey, you think you can bring one at my place? Well, guess what? Now we got to make another one. That's just 2 examples. I can sit here all day instead of worrying that it ain't going to work. Oh, it ain't going to work. We don't have firewood. And what if I can think of 1,000 ways that it can work. 1,000. And you know what? While I'm in the midst of building it, another 1,000 will come. I'm telling you, about time I build this thing, because it's going to take us a couple of weeks, because we're not going to be able to be there every day, 10 hours a day. But it's going to take us a couple of weeks. But when we're done building it, God will already given me another 2,000 ways that I can use this. And you know what? I don't care if 500 of them fail, because I got another 2,500 ways that it's going to work. So allowing fear to come in and destroy something that you're using your godly imagination about, allowing your carnal mind that has no power or authority at all to do anything for you in this world, but you're going to allow that to lie to you. And you know what's funny? It only can give you one lie. God has given you 2,000-3,000 ways that it will work, but your carnal mind gives you one way that it won't work. And you're like, well, looks like we're not going to build it because I figured out a way it ain't going to work. That's not operating in faith.
Yeah, faith would be part of it. Perfect love casts out all fear.
Sure.
Yeah, perfect love, Jesus.
Yeah.
So yeah, faith.
Yeah. So, again, I just thought today I would come up here and kind of show, like, every day how I see God operating every day in my life. Every day. I don't miss him. Trust me. He swings by and I see you. Where you going? I say, hold on a second. I don't miss him. I don't miss him. He's there every day. If you just shut up for a second, take your thumb out of your mouth, right? Quit worrying about, your carnal mind can make you worry about stuff as much as you allow it to, or your carnal mind can make you question something to a point you'll stop having a vision for it, so, the truth is, the Bible says that God has given us the power to do a lot of things, and we've been going over what those things are for the longest, right? He's given us a power to make wealth. He's given us power and dominion to cast out demons. He's given us power and dominion to bring down the imaginations that are not of Christ, to put them under the feet of Christ, and to give that person the truth rather than for them to sit there and meditate over a lie. But he's also giving you power regarding making wealth. He's giving you power to meditate over what that looks like, what it is that you're going to do. There's even a chance where there's someone that owns like a boutique not far from where I'm at. And I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it could. Their boutique, and if you know anything about Texas boutiques, right, there's going to be a lot of turquoise, pink, and leopard looking like clothing. And I mean, most boutiques in this general area, they're all about the same. There's a lot of different clothing designs that they all have, but the one thing they have in common is turquoise, blue jean, white, pink, maybe a little purple and leopard like design looking whatever, right? Just it's possible that our bundles that we make, they may not sell any, okay? But they may have me make them a few bundles that will make their boutique store look nice. Well, and I've already figured out how to do it, So it's not, the way we sell our firewood, it's not going to be the colors of, the way we do it. It's not going to be exactly the same. It's going to cater to what they're doing. And I even showed her, look, you can stack them like this. And she's like, wow, yeah, I want to do it. Because it's going to add that old country taste and look to it. That's just what it's going to add to it. Why would you have a boutique in Texas and not have bundles of firewood in there? Why not? Because in Texas, people love firewood. I'm not saying they don't love it in other parts, but around here, everybody knows what firewood is. Everybody goes camping around here. There might be a 1% of people I don't know that ain't never been camping, or at least outside of their property, sit there and burn about $500 worth of wood. Now, if you split your own wood, you don't have to worry about all that. But I know people that literally during winter, they spend like $1,000 on firewood. They burn it all night, every night. What do you say? Same in Houston. Yeah. And pecans. Absolutely. Let me tell you, if you ain't never threw a handful of like probably 20 pounds of pecans in a fire just to hear them pop, you ain't living. Them suckers will pop, bro. They'll blow up. But that's just another thing that we're gonna be doing. I'm just trying to show you that the imagination, along with the dominion and authority that God has given us, if you would allow that to start working in other things in your life, you can minister to people a lot easier, because they're going to come alive, because you've understood that all you have to do with that power that God has given you, all you have to do is open your mouth. All you have to do is start talking. That's it. Somebody called me a couple hours ago, or now it's probably 3 hours ago, and they were like, man, can you do me a favor? And I met this person on TikTok, and they don't come to Descaled a whole lot, but they come probably, I don't know, once a week. And they're like, hey, man, can you swing by real quick in this live? And I'm like, I don't know what live, or I don't want to say I don't know what live they're talking about. I didn't know a whole lot of people in there. So I was like, man, I don't know anybody there, man. I just, and again, it's TikTok. TikTok, boy, they got some, they got people that like to fight and argue. I said, bro, I'm not. No, man, please, it's about this. And, just come in. I was like, dang. I was like, well, I said, dude, honestly, Descaled's about to go live, like here in the next 30 minutes or so. I was like, dang. He's like, just come for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I could probably do 5 minutes. No promise, but I'll come. And I go in there and like I said, I don't know hardly anyone in there. I didn't even know the host. So obviously I thanked him for coming up. And again, at first I didn't know why he was asking me to talk about that. I was like, I'll go in there. I said, I'm going to talk for 1 minute, man. I'll speak on what it is, and I'll just leave it alone, And so I said what he was asking me to talk about. I said it. I thanked everybody and left. And I got a message shortly after that saying that there happened to be a person in there that believed something about that topic that was completely off. And I was like, okay, so maybe I needed to go in there and say that. I don't know. But I didn't have no fear about what I was going to say, because I've already have that understanding rooted. It's already rooted in me. I don't have any fear talking about that, But when you're not scared to tell somebody what the Lord is saying about certain scriptures, when you're not afraid to do that, there's going to be people that can learn from what you're saying. And because they can learn from it, and they know that what you're saying about that topic is true, they're not going to be scared to invite you. This person wasn't scared one bit to invite me to get up there. You know, I'm just saying every day, every one of us has an opportunity to use the dominion and authority that's on the inside of us. And sometimes people are just afraid to step out. So that's why I brought up the old man that I met in the old folks home, that him and his family, they didn't know anything about tea. They didn't know a whole lot about it, but that one family member recognized it. He knew how to make it, but other than that, they didn't know nothing about selling tea. But they did the first thing that God told them to do, which was test it out. They tested it out. He said, that's that tea I'm telling you about. Okay, now what? I don't know. So he said that they got a whole bunch of it, right? And they dried a bunch of leaves, and I don't remember all the details, but he basically did what you would have to do to sell it, like at a flea market or like one of those what's the market where, man, I ain't been to it in so long. Kelly, what's it called where you go down to, you go into town and they got the little market with the vegetables and
Farmers market.
Farmers market. Thank you. It's been so
Farmers
long.
market.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they took it to a farmer's market and they told them, they allowed them to bring it in there. And the guy that ran the little farmer's market thing came by and he's like, y'all trying to sell that? They told him, hey, you try to sell that? He goes, well, yeah. He goes, hey, look, man, I ain't trying to tell you how to run your little thing, but you have to package it better than that. He goes, ain't nobody going to. Now, you already know the real country bumpkins. If they recognize what it is and they know, they're not going to care how it's packaged. But you don't always get that. Sometimes you get city slickers that come down there and they want it to be pretty. They want it to be pink with black letters and have flowers. I mean, you're going to have to cater, man, to people, okay? And so they got one of the younger daughters, I don't know if she can draw. I can't remember what he said, but she helped them come up with like a packaging idea. And he said, man, as soon as we package it the way she showed us, he said, we started selling out every farmer's market. And but they did the first thing that God told them to do, test it out. They tested it. Yep, that's it. Now what? I don't know. Let's dry a bunch of it out and take it down to the market. That was the next thing. And then guess what? Because they did that, here comes this guy's like, hey, are y'all trying to make money or are y'all just showing off y'all's roots from your property? No, we're trying to sell it. Y'all need to package it better than that. Well, they weren't hard-headed. They said, oh, okay, we didn't really think about that. So they went to hey, you know what? I didn't even think to ask this back then. But the girl that helped them draw, their niece or whoever it was, she might have been the youngest one in the family. Imagine that. The youngest one is the one that helped them come up with an idea. And anyway, so she drew this stuff and they bought what they needed to buy, started packaging it, and that's where it started. But they did the next thing. They didn't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have all the answers. Okay? Now, if you think that I'm telling you to go spend all your money on Bitcoin, you're missing what I'm telling you. You're not listening to what I'm telling you. Don't be dumb with the decisions either. I'm not telling you to be dumb. I'm saying you start off small. Don't despise small beginning. Just because you just started out in your business, you spent $5, well, then you'll make 10. I'm not telling you to take all your money and because you have an idea. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm saying that if you just do the first thing that God's telling you to do, the second thing will show up. It'll show up. Just like when I was telling you about a buddy of mine that he had to kind of start all over, man. He had to go flip burgers and he was like, man, I can't believe I'm flipping burgers. But he didn't have a bad attitude about it. He was a little sour. That's it. He was a little sour about it. And he did the first thing God told him to do. And the second thing God told him to do was don't be smart, but to that little kid, leave that little kid alone, and he left him alone. He left the little dude alone, man. And that little dude happened to be, his dad happened to be, I don't know if he was like CEO. He was one of the main guys there at corporate for this company. And he just kept doing the next thing God told, go get a job at that burger place. Don't be mean to that kid. The kid's not even here to serve that person. Just go serve the person. Don't complain about it. All he did was the next thing. And that next thing led to him getting out of that burger joint. I don't think he worked at that burger joint for a year, maybe a year. He didn't work there very long. He was being, what did he do? He was being patient, long suffering. That's the fruits of the Spirit, right? He was being kind to the little snot-nosed brat. You can look at everything and all the fruits of the Spirit were there. Count it all joy. You work at the burger place? Oh, well, count it all joy. Right? So the fruits of the Spirit of love, joy, peace. He kept the peace. He showed up on time. He was a good employee. And every time that kid wasn't there to serve, that customer, just so happens to be that kid's dad. But it was an interview. It was all it was. The guy was interviewing his character, see if it was something he wanted. I guarantee if he would have failed that one of them, he'd have been like, all right, that ain't going to work. Hey, go ahead and find someone out of the application box. That's what would have happened. Right? So, Lloyd, what's going on, man? Faithful with the little things. Yeah, faithful with the little things, man. Why would God give you 20 grand? You're not even faithful with 5. Well, why would God give you 20 grand? You're not even faithful with $5. Money is it's a tangible thing, very tangible. It's something that it doesn't take faith to do anything with. You don't have to have faith. I don't have to use faith to know that I'm holding $5. I'm looking right at it. It's right there. Right? But if you're in love with it, you ain't giving $5 to nobody. You don't need faith to give 25 cents to somebody, bro. No, you don't. I don't care if you're broke in the street and you have no money and you have a quarter. In today's age, 25 cents ain't doing nothing anyway. It's not. Okay? And if you want to get funny, fine, a penny. You're not doing nothing with 1 cent today. You're not. Okay? It takes less faith to hold money, do something with money. It takes less faith to do that. It's something that's faithless. You're holding it. It's real. Now, if you're going to play the game, well, if I'm going to invest 25 grand, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the idea that faith is not tangible. That's the point I'm making. Faith is not tangible. You can't hold on to it, but you can hold money. Okay? You don't need faith to know that money, the physical money in this world, is real. And if God can't trust you with something physical here in this world, then how is he going to trust you with something more and something bigger? How? You don't even know how to operate in the physical things, man. Right? Dre, what's going on, man?
What's good with you? How you doing?
We're doing amazing.
How long you been live?
Probably almost an hour now. You don't get notifications, or are you busy?
I didn't realize it.
You're busy.
No, I was actually I was doing stuff.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Busy day.
Nah, well, we normally don't go live on Saturday and Sunday anyway. So, we're just doing
the instructions I sent you.
Matter of fact, yeah. I didn't read them, but I knew what it was for. It looks pretty simple. I'm gonna try to start using it. But you already know how to do it because I did it on yours. So is that what has to happen? Like me or you, we use the other person, but then someone else has to do it to someone else, or what? Like if you want multiple people.
I haven't figured that. Yeah, I haven't figured that out yet. But I'm going to. But I know for a fact. I got to see how that works.
Yeah. Well, I definitely don't know. I definitely don't know how that works. Yeah, no, I pretty much came up here today, and I was trying to go over how it looks to kind of operate in faith, like using your dominion, your authority. And so today I was paying attention. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take something that happens today, and that's what I'm going to talk about. And so today I told my younger brother, I was like, hey, we need to build another firewood stand. And, the Bible says to be slow to speak. Boy, I tell you, it didn't take him but 2 seconds. He's like, no, man, because, and he started telling me why not. And I already know that that's what we're going to do. So I said, no, bro. I said, if I'm telling you that that's what we need to do, but I'm talking about in the realm of faith, not if Trot says, but that's how he took it, What do you mean if you told me? So you got it. I'm thinking, no, bro, I'm telling you that this is what we need to do. I just need you to trust me, bro. I said, look, if it fails, you can say, aha. You didn't know. I said, can you just do that? How about this? Don't trust me then. Just do it and hope it fails. And when it doesn't, then one of us is going to say, ha. I'm telling you right now. I said, why don't you do that? I said, bro, instead of sitting here saying, no, bro, because of this and that, just do it and just say to yourself, oh, I hope this fails. I hope this fails. I said, bro, when did I grab something with my hands and it didn't work? I said, I'm not talking about all my stupid decisions. I said, right now, was there 33 people? I've made more dumb decisions than everybody in here added up. So that I'm not talking about making dumb decisions. I'm saying moving forward in something, building something, putting something together like that. I said, when have I ever built something and it didn't work out? When? Never. Anything that I put my hands towards, bro, it prospers. Everything. I can prove it. And he's like, well, yeah, but no, there's no but, bro. Just trust me. I was using that to show people that you're going to have a vision for something. You have the vision. But when you make the mistake and think that the person you're talking to has to have the vision too, you're missing it. You're the one that has the vision. That's why the Bible says, don't tell your left hand what your right hand's doing. And the left hand, if you don't know what that means don't trust your flesh with what your spirit's telling you to do. So if nobody understood the verse that says, don't tell your left hand what your right hand is doing, it's talking about don't try to get counseling from your carnal mind, because the right hand of you, which is Christ, right? Son of the right hand, the spirit is telling you to do something. You don't have to get counseling with your carnal mind. Your carnal mind don't have to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Your carnal mind doesn't have to be the balancing vote to what the Spirit's telling you to do. Your Spirit's telling you to do something. Your soul says, yes, master. Now that's two that, two outvotes one. So if you didn't know, don't tell your left hand what your right hand is doing. That's what it's talking about. Now, if you want to be physical about it, then you can hear all types of, it's just telling you don't talk to people about, I get all that. I get all that. But if you want to get down to the nitty gritty about what that's talking about, it's saying that you don't have to receive counseling from your carnal mind. If you don't understand where that's coming from, there's so much verses that talk about Christ being the right hand of God. He sits on the right side. There's always this right. And then men of God, they're always left hand. They judge with their left hand. That's because the left hand is the judgment of God. So regarding to people, you have the left and the right, right? And you have Christ saying that he's gonna put his goats to the left and put the righteous to the right, or the sheep to the right. Again, the right and left. So what's the left when it referring to you? What's the left? The carnal mind. The carnal mind is on the left, and your spiritual mind is on the right. Right? So when it says, don't tell your left hand what your right hand is doing, that means when you have a vision from God, you don't have to go to someone who's carnal minded to get counseling about what your right hand is telling you to do. Okay? You don't have to do that. So that's kind of what we were talking about. I was just trying to see something, because it happens every day. If you pay attention, this stuff happens every day in your life. Every day. It happened today. And I was going to hold on to what that specific thing was, which was, I told my younger brother that we're going to build another firewood stand. And Dre, you there? Because I'm only repeating it because you came in. I don't even see you there anymore. Oh, he probably got a phone call. I'll just wait. Man, I'm almost done with this 20-ounce Red Bull. Bubba, I got 4 wings. You hear me? I don't got 2. I got 4.
You're gonna be up all night, Trot.
Oh no, I ain't gonna be up all night. Let me tell you why.
Go chop 5 trees down.
Oh, Bubba, I'm wore out. Like physically, I'm wore out. I've been doing all kinds of stuff today, but no, it's not going to keep me. It's not going to keep me up because the heifer, she probably get off in about 20, 30 minutes. She ain't going to be here for like an hour, probably an hour and a half. And I'm telling you, she ain't got to work tomorrow. I know she's going to be tired, but she's going to figure out a way to keep us up. So I better look around. If there's a hole in the wall, I got to put putty in it or something. So I don't know. She'll figure something out, I'm sure. But
Try to have a question for you.
yeah. What's up?
So instead of shipping meat tomorrow, because then it'd be their Christmas Day, and that probably won't work, I'm going to ship that on Tuesday, so it'll get there Thursday. But since I'm adding other things in there other than the brisket, I'd like to know if you like beef liver.
Yeah, I can eat liver and onions. I love it. You don't have to put that.
Oh,
hey, you don't have to put a bunch of other stuff in there. I mean, I understand if you want to. I get it. But I'm not going to say no to liver. I don't understand why people don't like that.
Oh, good.
Liver and onions?
I don't either. Bro. I love liver.
Yeah, let me tell you.
That's what I'm cooking tonight for myself.
Man, let me tell you what I made one day in front of my wife. And I'm going to tell you, my wife, she can, when it comes to living out, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to tell you, there's certain things that she doesn't like. And I'm like, how do you not like that? Like everybody else that, I don't understand it. I really don't. But I made liver with onions, but I'll throw bell peppers in it. I don't know why people don't do that. Like, first of all, let me tell you.
That is really good.
Let me tell you, my grandfather, he's a World War II veteran. Love him to death. He passed away years ago, so I don't need anybody's condolences. He's fine. But he would take a raw onion and eat it like an apple right in front of me. And I thought he was kidding. Like when I seen him bite into, I'm going to tell you, my grandpa was a jokester. He would come up with the joke. There is no way you would have known that was a joke. So I didn't trust nothing he did. So when I seen him bite into that onion, I thought he painted an apple to look like an onion. I never trusted his stuff that he would do because he'd get you. And I got tired of him getting me. So I'm like, there ain't no way that's an onion. So I went to my, a family member or whatever. And I'm like, hey, you think he's really biting into and she's like, yes, he's been eating onions like that since I was a kid. I'm like, no way. I was like, I ain't never seen him do it. I said, he's like, 'cause we don't ever have onions, but let me tell you, he went right in there. He looked for onion on purpose and he would just bite it. Sometimes he'd put salt or he'd have a pickle in one hand and an onion in the other. I'm like, what?
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I'm like, hold on. I got to try this. Yeah, listen. So I said, hey, Papa, give me that onion. He's like, no, you're going to ruin it. I was like, I'm going to ruin it. I was like, give me the stupid onion. No, go get your own onion. I'm like, all right. And I'm getting ready I know this is going to burn. There ain't no way I'm going to like this. So I'm like, if my granddad can do it, I can do it. So I'm walking. I take this onion. I'm like, all right. So, my family member told me, go get a pickle. Like that way you can, do both. And I was like, oh man, all right. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to take the pickle first and then I'm going to bite into the onion. And he saw me he goes, oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I said, why? He said, because if you bite the pickle first, you're going to have that sour taste. You're going to miss out. And you got to understand, I don't trust nothing he's doing. So I'm like, oh, I know. He wants me to bite into this onion so I can, get that crazy face and I'm just going to quit. I said, well, I tell you what, I ain't going to quit. I said, I'm going to bite that onion. And I said, how fast after? He goes, oh, immediately. As soon as you take a bite of that onion, don't crunch that onion yet. Take a bite of that pickle, chew them together. And I tell you, I took a bite of that onion. I took a big bite out of it. Bam. And then I took a bite of that pickle and crushed them together. Bubba, that's the bee's knees. If you ain't never chewed an onion and then washed it down with the pickle, man, you're missing out. I thought that was the first time that he didn't play a joke on me when it came to food. So now I never got to the point where
Sounds like
I never got to a point where I could eat a onion by itself, but I can eat an onion and a pickle together any day of the week. It's freaking amazing. If you ain't never tried it, you need to try it. It's really good. If you like onions.
I've never tried it. I make my own pickles, bread and butter and dill pickles, so I'm gonna have to try it.
You got to try it, and remember, if you bite the onion, obviously you're gonna taste onion, okay? But don't chew it. Just bite it, move it to the side of your mouth, get the pickle, put them together, and start chewing them. I was probably about 13 or 14, something like that, when I did that with my granddad. I was like, what? I said, where'd you learn this at? He goes, learn? I don't know. Because, if you ain't never put peanuts in Dr. Pepper, you ain't lived. If you've never put peanuts
that's true.
inside of a Dr. Pepper, you missing out. And if you don't know how to do it, listen, it can't be the can.
True.
It can't be a can. You get a Dr. Pepper and you drink about 2 or 3 inches down, and then you put some peanuts in there. And if you ain't never done that, you ain't lived. But anyway, it's not that, okay? People didn't do that to survive. Dr. Pepper and peanuts was something you did. It was like a go-to thing, okay? But my granddad, I did not know this. His dad was in World War II, okay? My great-grandfather, Clifton Minton, died, was unalived during World War II. And so when my grandfather was really young, his dad died. He didn't really know his father, obviously. He was real little. And so because of this, they didn't have any money. And my granddad, when he was a little bitty kid, had to live on a beach with my great grandma. And it was just, and there was some other people there, but I'm just talking about them too. But they lived what was called a tent city on a beach in Galveston way back in the day during World War I. At the very, I can't remember the year, but like I said, my grandfather was a baby pretty much, and he grew up eating raw potatoes and raw onions. So sometimes that's all he had to eat. Well, I never heard of that, so I didn't know that. We're talking people would come in trucks and you get what you got. And sometimes it was just potatoes and onions. And my grandma, she didn't have the phrase pot to piss in. And when if you don't know what that means, you need to look it up. But she didn't. She didn't have a pot to piss in. So she had to make some friends, and together they kind of,
or a window to throw it out of.
They didn't have a window to throw it out of either. So when I asked him, where'd you learn that? I'm thinking it was like a Dr. Pepper and onion thing. He said, learn? What do you mean? I grew up eating this. So my granddad, like I said, I can't remember. I can go find out. But at a very young age, the only meat they had was rabbit. So my granddad, when he was real young, he would take rabbits and breed them. But he would breed them because that's what they would eat. So he would eat potatoes, onions, and rabbit. That was it. Salt and pepper, nope. Didn't have any money for salt and pepper. It was just straight up potatoes, onions, and rabbits, right?
Not enough.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
Yeah, and I tell you, my grandfather,
or red beans and rice.
Yeah, red beans and rice. Yep. So my granddad, before
they lived on in the dirty 30s.
The dirty 30s, man. Yeah. So my granddad, he was one of them guys. He could tell if there was a deer on the side of the road. He could tell you if it was good enough to take meat off of it or not. And I'll tell you one time, my mom, she was so scared. She called the cops. Listen, this is a true story, man. She called the cops on my granddad because she thought that he took meat from an animal that was, I'm just going to say that the meat was no good. All right. And she saw meat in trash bags in his trunk. It was like, what is that? I mean, she's thinking maybe he unalived somebody, bro. She's freaking out, but she looked in there and noticed that it was an animal chopped up. And she's like, what? And let me tell you, my grandpa's always done stuff like this, okay? So it always used to freak her out. Even though she's used to a lot of weird things, my granddad, she doesn't understand that it's, the game of survival is, and when people start getting money, you think they stop doing these things? They don't stop doing these things, man. They know how to do it. So they continue. Like today, people still eat chitlins. Chitlins was a very poor food. But there's people, they got money now and they still eat it. You don't have to eat them anymore. You can actually have the whole animal. You don't have to eat chitlins. And if you think chitlins...
Chitlin Bill, let me borrow $20 till tomorrow.
Chitlin Bill. And if you think chitlins is for a certain skin color, you need to get out more. There's the whole world eats chitlins, It's not one skin color that does it. But chitlins was a poor food. If you have money, why are you eating chitlins? I don't care what skin color you are. It makes no sense. But my grandpa had plenty of money. Why was he going off the side of the road and taking the backstrap off a deer? He was doing it because backstrap's delicious. That's why he did it. So my mom opens this bag, and it's got the backstrap of a deer in there. Well, in Texas, you can't do that. Okay, I'm not going to say why, but you just can't go off the side of the road and cut. You just can't do that. The game warden's going to think that you unalived it just to take the backstrap, But the truth is, someone hit it with their car. My grandpa, listen, he saw a deer. I'm telling you, he's like an old Indian. And he wasn't. My grandpa is a Caucasian man from Caucasus, okay? But he goes over there and I mean, in his head, he knows what to do. So he's checking. He's like, oh, my God, the blood's not even coagulated yet. This is a fresh kill. So he goes and gets his knife and he takes the backstrap, right? Can you imagine driving and someone hit a deer and you see the whole back pretty much missing? You'll freak out if you ain't never seen it. And so he takes it and puts it in a trash bag and he goes to my mom's house and he's about to take it in the house and start cooking it. Now, you got to understand. If you know anything about deer backstrap, bro, it's a delicacy, and I'm being 100% serious. So he's taking the best part.
It is so good.
It's so good. He's taking the best part of a deer. It's kind of like, it's not the same thing, but it's like taking a brisket to somebody's house, and he's like, hey, I'm going to make this brisket. Well, if you tell someone you got that brisket from an unalived cow, they're going to be pretty hesitant to eat it. And so, of course, my mom's like, you ain't bringing that in here. And you got to understand, my grandpa knows what he's doing. So he's like, oh, my Lord, have mercy. This meat is amazing. You're sitting here. It'd be like someone telling you, let's say you had a store-bought brisket and it's wrapped in plastic and you're trying to go into someone's house and they're like, you're not bringing that in here. You would laugh at them. And that's pretty much what my grandpa did. And so she's like, what is that in your hand? It was dark. She sees the plastic, but she's not thinking it's a trash bag. She saw it was a trash bag. She freaked out. She dials the police department to send an officer to her house because she needs that officer to talk some sense of my grand. Well, who do you think shows up? An old country boy shows up and he's like, man, there ain't nothing wrong with this. Bro. I was standing right there and I'm like, oh my Lord. I said, I just told my mom, I was like, Mom, you've been eating this weird stuff your whole life. Where do you think it's been coming from? What freaked her out is it's in a trash bag. I was like, we have brought it in the house with trash bags all the time. But he messed up and told her it was on the side of the road. He shouldn't have said nothing. If he would have just took it the way it was and brought it in there, threw it on the grill, she wouldn't have made any noise. But hope I'm not boring y'all with these stories. Look, I'm just saying that if you see a deer on the side of the road, make sure you have a sharp knife. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I promise. No, but
Tammy said she hit a deer. Tammy said she hit a deer and the state trooper called his friend to come get it.
Yeah, bro. Heck yeah. Oh man, I got some silly.
Why not?
Yeah. You know, again, if you don't know anything about that, probably grossed half the people out in here. I apologize, but you know, I'm not telling you. By the way, I'm not telling you to go hit a deer and tell you gonna go straight to the jail. You're gonna be behind bars. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you. And first of all, my grandpa, he's not gonna just hit an old deer. I ain't saying he ain't never done it, but he's not gonna just go hit some deer. And I will tell you this, that on accident, and I do mean this, I accidentally did unalive a deer with my patrol unit. It was dark. I was going to the house, and I hit a deer with my patrol unit, bro. That's all we'll say. And we'll just say that I told a friend, hey, there's a big buck back over here. We'll just say that the back strap was missing off that deer, man. That's all we'll say. That did happen.
It was.
That did happen. Hey, we had back strap that night. He cut both of them off, too. He didn't just take one. He took both of them off, bro. I was like, I mean, look, the thing is, the motive was, I did not do that on purpose. It was a complete accident. And why let it sit there and rot? It was unalived. Okay. It was unalived, man. And once you taste backstrap and you know that you're the one that hit it, it ain't been sitting there but 10 minutes. It's good. It's a cold day. It wasn't cold enough to make the deer cold. It was still warm. When my buddy found it, it was still warm. And let me tell you, he could quarter one up for you in minutes. It ain't going to take long. And I said, don't do none of that, bro. Just take the strap off and bring it to the house. And it is what it is. So if you want to talk about stupid things, that was one of them right there. But we did it. That's what happened. So I'm not telling you to go do it. But anyway, guys, the motive of the story is use your imagination and eat backstrap. Hey, eat onions with pickles. Do what, CJ?
I said I've done it before.
Yeah, well,
I got back to school and I look at my hooks on the front of my truck, bro. There was blood dripping from the hooks. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, man. But anyway, like I said, guys, I know I said it yesterday. I don't care. I'm gonna say it again. Our buddy Troy's had a hard time, and I'm like, all right, well, guess what? We're just gonna go live this weekend, just to keep his mind. And the good thing is, and I'm telling you, if you don't have any friends that you met, like maybe from a church. Troy, where did you meet your group of guys that you hang out with?
I met him at my church.
Okay, good. All right. So I try to tell people, if you don't have a physical church family, like if you don't have a way of doing that, I understand. Trust me, I understand. I have been in the middle of nowhere before, and there ain't nobody around. Now there might be one or two churches, but there was no reason for me to go over there to those two churches. I mean, they were pretty much probably had 20 to 50 people in each one. One of them was Pentecostal, one of them was Baptist, and they're both going to hell. I'm not going to either one of those churches. No offense, but if you have a means to making friends at some church, and let me tell you, some churches will have classes. Some of the bigger, they don't got to be mega churches, but there's churches that they'll have all kinds of classes, man. And just look through the classes. You might enjoy going to one of them. And you know what? You might meet someone in there that are just like you. They saw the class. They don't even go to church there. They don't even go to church there. Matter of fact, oh man, my neck. Matter of fact, I'm glad I brought that up. So let me tell you this, if you've never taken a Dave Ramsey course, okay? If you've never taken a Dave Ramsey course, and I'm saying, and you're married, okay? Not boyfriend, girlfriend, not girlfriend or boyfriend. I'm saying if you're married, okay? Now, if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend and you want to take it with them, you go right ahead, but I'm telling you not to do it. That's just me. But if you are married, I don't care if you're single, do it. I'm speaking from a married standpoint. I put my wife through, well, I went with it. I went with her, okay? But I learned a lot of that stuff, and you can ask my family. I learned a lot of that stuff in 5th and 6th grade. Let me tell you, I went through a great school growing up. They taught us everything. You name it, they taught. They didn't just teach us the curriculum. They taught us everything, okay? I'm not kidding. Everything. God, I'm not kidding when I tell you that. But the reason I went with her to the Dave Ramsey class is because when I was in 6th grade, I had a teacher, and I can't remember what the class was called, man, but it was a finance class, okay? And she taught us just about everything that Dave Ramsey teaches about the credit cards and snowballing and all that. Taught us all that. But the one thing that I never forgot is if you're with someone, one of you is going to be smarter than the other. Now, I don't remember what our class called it, but the Dave Ramsey class, he calls one of the person the free-spirited person. And the other person is the nerd, okay? In your marriage, you need to know who's the free-spirited person and who's the nerd. Now, see, Dave Ramsey, they call it free-spirited person. In Texas, it's called the dummy, all right? So one of you's the dummy, and one of you's the smart one, all right? But Dave Ramsey got tired of making people cry, so they kind of changed their language. So they call the person that's the dummy the free-spirited, and they call the one that's the smart one, they call him the nerd. All right. So if you don't understand what I mean by the dummy and the smart one, put 2 and 2 together, but to be on a serious note, one of you is more, and I'll be more serious about how I'm describing it though. So one of you is more like patience when it comes to math. Okay. Let me just say that you need to figure out, and I'm telling you, like my cousin, she comes in here probably once a week for a few minutes. She doesn't, she's a very busy person, but it's, between her and her husband, she's the one that has more patience to sit down and work with numbers and all that. And her husband, he cooks, he cuts the grass. Like, they have a great thing going, them two. But she just happens to be the one that likes to mess with the numbers more than him anyway, more than him. In our relationship, me and my wife's, I'm the nerd. Okay. I could sit there and look at numbers and play with them. No problem. She can't stand it. Okay. But she's awesome at other things that I don't like doing. Okay. So in your relationship, you have to find out which one of you is the nerd. And let me tell you, one of you is more nerdy. I don't care if there were 100 levels to nerd and one of you is a 98 and the other one's 100. The one that's at the 100 level, you're the one that needs to do it. Okay. Because both of y'all can't do it and you got to trust the other one. Right. And I'm telling you, the one that's not the nerd, bro, just let them have it. They're the ones that knows the bills. They're going to do everything. They just do all the stuff. They're telling you where you are in the bank account. Oh, they mess with the numbers. Okay. If you have a spouse, let's say you're the female. And again, I'm talking to married people. If you're single, figure it out. Go take the course by yourself if you have to. Okay. If you start getting serious with someone, tell them to go take the course. The reason why I'm telling you to take the course, because if you're the one, if you think you're going to tell your significant other, hey, you're the dummy and I'm the smart one, or vice versa. If you say, Brenda, the course, it's a Dave Ramsey course. Okay. The reason why I'm talking about this is because I'm really pointing out that you can meet people at churches. You can meet them. Okay. You can meet people at a church. Me and my wife, we don't even attend this church, but they had the next Dave Ramsey. There's probably 10 churches we could have went to, but this specific church just so happened to have the nearest Dave Ramsey course. And it was literally when I started, I did this for my heifer, man. Okay. Because she would have a trust issue like, well, where's all this money going? And I'm like, So because I took this course when I was in 6th grade, I said, listen, I tried to go over it with her. And she's like, yeah, but that don't make any sense. And this and that. And I'm like, oh, my Lord. So I was like, all right, you know what? She didn't take that course in 6th grade like I did. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find a Dave Ramsey course and I'm going to go with it. Listen, you can ask her. Everything I explained to her, I didn't learn from Dave Ramsey. I learned it in 6th grade from one of my teachers. I actually paid attention. Okay. But when we went to that course, I never took a Dave Ramsey course. I knew who he was. I've seen his stuff before, but I don't know anything about Dave Ramsey. Nothing. I know he helps people with money, but I didn't know what exactly. But I found that course and I said, hey, we're taking this course. I already paid for it. Let's go. So it was, I think it was 8 weeks long. I think it's like 8 classes once a week. I want to say it was every Thursday or something. The very first night of Dave Ramsey class, half of the stuff that he was saying, she just kept looking at me. She goes, did you take this course? I said, I swear, I never know. I didn't take any of his. I know nothing about him. I know he's got a podcast and he helps people with finances, but I don't know exactly what he does. Well, I found out because I took the course with her, and every time we showed up, all she would do is just look at me. And I've tried to tell her a lot of this stuff. She didn't listen. And women, sometimes y'all just hard hit. Or let me just say this. The nerd, listen, if you try to explain your nerdology to your significant other, it can come back and bite you in the butt. Do yourself a favor. Get somebody on your side like Dave Ramsey. Go take the course with them so they can understand what it is you're trying to tell them. Because they're not going to just listen to you automatically. Right? They're going to be like my younger brother and say, no, bro, I don't know. I don't think we should. Well, I think we should. I think it'd be great. So if you haven't taken the course, take the course, because one of the first things they're going to do is they're going to make you and your partner be honest. Which one of you is the smart one and which one of you is the dumb one? Okay? Again, referring to math. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm talking about math. If you have a Hispanic husband, more than likely you're dumb and he's not. Okay? I'm not saying all men aren't like this, but for some reason, every time I got a call or I had to go for backup and I had to go to some people's house and they were Hispanic, oh man, it was the same story every time, dude. Look, if you're Hispanic and you're married, if you're a woman, okay, Hispanic, and you're married to a Hispanic man, all right, because I know Hispanic women that are married to a white man and the issues are different. But if you're a Hispanic woman, or if you're white or black, I don't care. If you have a Hispanic man, let me make it clear what I'm saying, and you happen to be smarter than him when it comes to numbers, you better not tell him that. You better convince him to go to a Dave Ramsey. You better pull all your strings and all your beans and beg, please go to this course with me. And you better not tell him why. You better just tell him, I want to learn this with you. I don't want to learn what. You better pull out your guitar. You better call the little Coco Hispanic guy in the cartoon Coco. You better go find you a Coco and serenade his butt with the mariachi in your backyard to convince him how you need him to go to Dave Ramsey course or whatever you got to do. Because when you go to the course with him, he'll be able to see that, that one of you are better at numbers. And let's just say it happens to be you. Well, guess what? There's going to be a test. They literally make you do math right there in front of each other, and you can prove to him that you're smarter by doing the math faster. And guess what? He ain't going to be able to pull out his man card that you're the woman, he's a man. He ain't going to be able to do it because there's going to be a whole bunch of people right there. Right there. I'm telling you, Dave Ramsey knows what he's doing. Let me just say this. He has done this before because he's going to make y'all do math. He's going to make you do it right there in front of everybody. And if your Hispanic man says, hey, baby, you go ahead, he is letting you know that he ain't smarter than you at math. And you're going to say, look, can you see what they're trying to show us? If I'm better at math, I need to run the numbers. Now, I apologize, women, that if you're married to a fool, thank God my cousin is not, because when she was able to show him that she's just better with numbers, he bowed down and he said, all right, so I got an awesome, my cousin has an awesome husband, really. She really does. Everybody is, has to learn their flaws. And when you can let the other person pick up where you're kind of slacking, it makes things easier. She runs all the numbers. She runs all the numbers. He literally was like, okay, you know what? You got patience with numbers and I don't. Hopefully you're married to a man like that. If you are, and he realizes that it could take a lot of stress off your man. I'm telling you, if you got a man that's probably overwhelmed with stuff, you know what? I'm telling you, that might be some of it. You just have to figure out what is it that can make you either less stressed or him or her. Whichever one you are. My wife, man, she works a lot. Guess what? I work a lot. I don't have to have a boss. I am my boss, but I work a lot. I do this. I do descaled. I sell firewood. I teach people how to do all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to say everything, but I teach people how to do a lot of things. I even have some law firms that I help them with leadership. We'll just say that. There's just a lot of stuff that I do. And you know what? I'm sure they can find someone better to help them, but I'm just the one that they called to help, and I help, and they do fine. I'm just saying, you can't do everything. How do you tie a tie? I'll teach you how to tie a double Windsor. Are you being serious? If you don't know how to tie a tie, I can teach you how to tie a double Windsor right now. If you don't know how to tie, or if you don't even know what a double Windsor is, I'm not really sure why you're asking me if I can teach you to tie a tie. I can teach you how to put a rope, a little rope around your neck and make it look pretty if that's all you got. Joking? Oh. Oh, okay. Well, you asked and you know how to tie a tie. Yes, I could show you how to tie a messed up tie, double Windsor, whatever. I could teach you how to skin an animal if you have to, for God's sakes, the reason why I know how to do a lot of stuff is because I realized when I was 12 that I was stupid. I'm telling you, if you want to learn how to be smart, you first have to realize you're dumb. Once you realize you don't know nothing, you can start learning how to do everything. You can start learning. Okay. I'm telling you, it's been my motto. You can ask my younger, been my motto since I was forever. If you're stupid, you need to figure it out. Teach yourself something. Go learn something. Right? There's people that will tell you, well, Trot don't know everything. And they're like, dang, we just can't figure out what he don't know. I'm telling you, ask my family. They always come on here. You can ask them straight up. Why does your brother know how to do everything? Now, of course, my little brother's going to get mad that you asked. He's going to get mad and be like, man, he don't know everything. But if you sit him down and ask him, hey, how does your brother? He's going to be like, I don't know. Oh, no. I'm telling you, it's because I've never been prideful. Never. I have never. You can ask people that know me, not TikTok people. TikTok people don't know me, but people that have known me my whole life, they'll tell you, I don't know how he knows. I'm telling you how, because I've never been prideful. Anytime I find someone that knows how to do something that I want to do, I go up to them and say, hey, I don't know how to do that. Can you show me? I've always been that way. I have always been like that. And you'd be better off, man. You'd be better off being like that yourself. Heck, somebody said, I'm just joking. I'm not joking. I know how to tie a double Windsor. You think just because I'm a country boy, I don't know how to do that? Nope. I know how to do that too. Let's see. Betty, thank you for going live tonight.
My grandpa said,
go ahead.
My grandpa sat on the board of directors of a bank for quite a few years, and he said, Kelly, he said, the worst thing you could ever do in life is not learn something new every day and make an improvement on your place every day.
Yeah. Yeah, every day. Man. Every day.
I try to learn and I try to make an improvement.
Every day, man. Every day. Let me see. Chin. Anybody know Chin? Chin trying to come up. Chin got
Trot. I know you, buddy.
Okay, how we know each other? We're in the army together or what?
We are both soldiers of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Ah, okay. Yeah. What's up, man? What's on your mind?
So you should know me.
Oh, all right.
I have your phone number. I have your phone number, buddy, in my phone. So yeah, I know you.
Okay, how long have you known me? Did you get my phone number while you were on TikTok?
Yeah, that is correct.
Ah,
Unless
okay.
You gave me a fake number.
Well, if what conversations have we had where you would have?
It's been a few years.
It's been a few years. Oh, okay.
It's
All
been
right.
a year or two.
Oh, okay.
No. I talked to Trot. I talked to Trot within the year.
Regarding what?
I meant since you've been up on the live.
Oh, regarding what? What did we talk?
I've discussed some deep. I've discussed some deep things with you with what I'm struggling with. In my own soul,
yeah,
okay?
Man, it has been a while. How you been?
Well, I'm like a flower that fades away, and yet the grace of God grows me back up by the light of the Spirit, right?
Well, I'll tell you, man. Hey, you know what? Life is short, and if we don't get, we're going to either get to living or we're going to get to not living. But we all got to make a choice, right? You got to make a choice on which one. So what's on your mind, man? What's going on? Oh, I see you got dunamis. You got dunamis power. He got the dunamis power in his name.
Yeah.
You know, that word dunamis is where actually we get the English word for dynamite. You know that? It's not just a little power.
That's correct.
It's a big.
That is correct. Now give me the definition. Now give me the definition behind shin.
Shin. I do know that word. Shin.
Come on, Trot. Think, bro.
Bro, I got
Texas.
I got too. Listen, I got too many. I'm gonna mess it up. But that one ain't clicking. Which one is shin?
Shin is the Hebrew word for grace.
That's why. Hold on. That's why. Hold on a second. But that's why. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me say this real quick. Hold on. Don't mess it up, man. Hold on a second. But see, that's why we're gonna have a problem because in the Hebrew, there's not just one word for shem, for grace. I mean, because in Hebrew you have the word haset. Haset actually points to grace also. So if you would have had haset dunamis, then I would have known that would have been powerful grace. But you got the word shin there. So there's more than one word for grace in the Old Testament.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I'm tricky, buddy.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'm a tricky soul.
That's all right. That's all right, man.
I'm a tricky soul to see if people know what they're actually speaking about. All right, listen. Shin is actually the Hebrew word for grace. And you'll find this in Genesis chapter 6, where Noah found grace in the sight of God.
Yeah, okay.
That's where I got the word from.
Yeah, okay. But that's what I'm saying.
Look up the word grace.
Yeah, well, again, that's what I'm saying. There's more than one word for grace in Hebrew, bro. Haset means grace too. The Hebrew word haset.
Hasid is the word for mercy, bro.
I know, but it's still grace, bro. Trust me. I studied it thoroughly. It's not.
No.
Yep. No.
You can't mix Hasid. You cannot mix Hasid.
All right, let me know when you're ready.
Mix Hasid.
Let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you're ready, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, Hasid means loving kindness.
Let me know. Hey, I said, let me know when you're ready. You ready?
Do you know?
No. Hold on.
Is actually
let me know
for loving kindness,
brother. I studied this for years. Let me know when you're.
You won't answer that.
Let me know when you're ready.
And so have I, my friend.
Okay,
I've been studying the Word of God longer than you've been alive. I'm an old man. I'm an old man.
All right, keep going.
I'm an old man, bro. I'm an old soul. Okay.
Keep going.
I'm an old soul.
Keep going.
I don't come to you in pride.
But it does mean grace too.
It does. Like, matter of fact, go look up, and this is what I was going to tell. I don't know. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you. Buddy.
All right. So if you go look at, that so you know that they wrote, they utilized the Greek, right? And they wrote an English Bible, and then you have a Greek Bible. If you go look at the Hebrew Bible, right? Like, talking
about the Septuagint.
Well, let me finish. So just like they have the Greek that was translated in English, they have it translated in Hebrew, and they use the word haset for grace in the Bible. I'm telling you, if you study it out, you will see that the word haset is used for grace in the Bible. So if you studied it out as much as you said, you would know that. So we're not taking away loving kindness and all these things, but the word haset is used for grace when you translate the Bible from just like they translated the Greek into English. They actually have a New Testament, okay, that is written in Hebrew, and the word haset is
called the Septuagint, bro. But keep going.
What's your point, though? What I'm telling you is still correct, whether I call it the Septuagint or not.
Dude, I don't want to bust your bubble, bro. I don't want to break down your pride and your ego, okay?
Whoa, hold on a second. Why is there an ego involved? I'm just telling you the word hasid is used for grace. There's no ego.
Trot. Listen, bro.
Godly.
You are a well-educated man in the scriptures, okay? You are a man that is well-educated in the scriptures, okay? I'm not going to bust down your life, and I'm not going to bust you down as an individual, okay? Because that wouldn't be walking in love, correct?
Well, honestly, to be honest with you, the fact that you're claiming that you can bust me up is not in love. And the fact that you're saying that you don't brother, I don't understand what's going on. For you to say that haset doesn't mean grace, and I'm telling you you're wrong, and you're telling me, brother,
the hasid is the Hebrew word for mercy.
Yeah, it is,
Love
but it is still used for grace. The fact that you're telling me it's not is where the problem is.
Grace and mercy are two different. Grace and mercy is two different things.
Yeah, even in English they are. Even in English, grace and mercy is two different things. In English, they're two different things. But haset has been used for the word grace. Period. I'm telling you. I don't understand how you don't know this.
Well, I probably do know it, but I'm not going to educate myself within your life and say, I agree with you, Trot.
Benny, I'm up here.
You asked me. Look, this whole subject, this whole subject came from my name, right? My name.
Hey,
my
Benny,
name.
Hashem Mishnah.
Right
here.
Right. Try.
Bro, haset means grace, bro. I mean, it means grace, bro. Like, you're tripping.
It means mercy, bro.
But it can be used. It can be used for both. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Right. And you have to understand that there's a difference between mercy and there's a difference between grace.
Yeah. Okay. So again, in English, the word mercy and grace are different in English. Why would I not understand that in Hebrew? I already know that in English, if someone says the word mercy or if someone says the word grace, they're saying two different things. Why would I not understand that in Hebrew if I understand language? I understand they're different. I don't understand why you're not agreeing with this, because it's a fact that the word haset is used for grace. It is. I mean, you can say it's not, but it is. I'm telling you, it is. So I don't get the issue. But what was on your mind for you to come up anyhow? What's going on?
I love you, Trot. I love you, Trot. You're a good brother in Christ.
That's why you came up? You came up to tell me you love me?
Yeah, because I do love you. Because you're a soldier of Christ.
All right, well, what were we talking about before he came up? Because I thought maybe you wanted to talk about the topic that we were on.
grandpas in World
No,
War
I'll
II, I
listen.
believe.
I'll listen.
No, we were talking about how my granddad, he wasn't scared to check an animal to see if if the blood was coagulated or not, so he could take some meat off of it. My grandpa was something else. So, but Dre, what's up? What's going on with you and Benny, bro? What are y'all talking about? Why y'all laughing about coming up? I was trying to listen, but I didn't get it.
Bro, the improv you put on yesterday, you know the improv?
I know what an improv is. What are you
yesterday? What was it yesterday? Where you was talking about
It was Friday, bro. Friday.
what's the little place he always points out in California?
The Monopoly.
Oh,
man.
Irvine,
yeah.
Irvine, California.
What about it?
Been there, done that.
How you be making fun of me and Renegade? Remember?
Well, no, it ain't you. It ain't you. It's Renegade, bro. He trips me out, bro. The way he is, bro. He just trips me out, bro. Like I don't know, bro. Like I'm not trying to be mean, but he just trips me out, bro. Like the way he is, it's just funny, bro.
No,
like
but I came up here because your boy over here, Mike Jones, he sounds like Renegade. That's what I was.
Oh. Anyway, Benny, why you bring up Irvine, bro?
Oh my God, this guy's still missing it.
That's what Dre was improvising.
Oh, you're saying that's what Dre was doing? Okay, my bad. Okay,
That's what he was doing. That's what we was laughing at.
Oh, well, dang, he did a horrible. Man, you did a horrible job.
Because Buddy came up here from Irvine.
Oh, I'm serious about the Ren and Stimpy show though, bro. They be tripping me out, bro. Oh man, you got me on that. I wish you wouldn't have. They got me on that, bro. They get up there and boy, somebody would come up and they're like, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm like, what? I'm like, what is going on? We talking? What are we talking about exactly, bro? You got me tripped out, dude.
Hey, sizzling. Woo-hoo.
Do what?
If you hear that steak sizzling, it's about to go down.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I call the Ren and Stimpy show. I call them Ghostbusters, bro. They ain't afraid of no ghosts. You hear me? They gonna give whoever the business, whoever comes up, bro. Bro. Oh boy, hey, one day, hey Dre, you remember that one day you had somebody in your live and his name was literally Ghost? You remember that?
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
Listen, bro. Let me just say this, bro. That dude was tossed up, toast up, bacon wrapped, sizzling. Like, I was like, bro, they ain't afraid of no ghosts. Like, I was there giving the dude the business too on accident. I wasn't even trying to.
He's a guy. Here's a guy sent me a message on TikTok. He DM'd me. He wants to formally debate me on the fact that Jesus broke the Torah. He says Jesus broke the Torah.
Oh,
said,
my Lord.
Well, we can have that debate if you
want. Don't. Oh, please don't do it. Oh,
Yeah, I heard yesterday.
Hey,
I heard yesterday he broke the Sabbath.
Yeah,
and then quoted how the priests in the temple, broke the Sabbath and are innocent. I was like,
first of all, how dare you?
Okay, so they're saying he broke the Sabbath because he healed on the Sabbath?
That's one of the accusations, Trot.
Through the field and ate corn.
Oh,
they were working in the cornfield.
Yeah, they have. The guy he wants to. I don't know what he's going to bring up, to be honest with you, but I'm sure I could debunk whatever he comes with. I asked him, like, I don't even know what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah, that's
that don't. If he broke the law, then he couldn't have fulfilled it. Like, that just doesn't even make sense.
That is correct. That is correct, my friend.
So what they're saying is that basically, when you say stuff like that, you're basically saying that the Pharisees are right. That he was a false prophet, that he was a false teacher, that he was a false rabbi that came to basically, to
bring chaos, to bring division.
They're seeing they're seeing that they're seeing how the Pharisees saw. The Pharisees saw them breaking the law, supposedly, but that was in their perspective, their carnal perspective of the law.
That is correct.
So,
that is correct.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, they looked at it in a natural sense.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think that's a ridiculous. I wouldn't even have a conversation about that.
Hey, try.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about something that God's been revealing to me. Okay, bro.
Okay, how long is it gonna take?
It depends on if you want to go deep into this discussion.
What's the topic?
Okay, the discussion and the topic is this. Do you believe that there's going to be a 7-year period that comes upon the earth?
Well, asking me a question is not telling me the topic. So just give me like what is the topic of this? What's the topic?
I want to know if God has revealed to you what he has revealed to me when it comes to the 7-year period, tribulation period that comes upon the earth.
So the topic is tribulation, right?
That is correct.
Yeah. I'll just tell you what I'll just say something about that.
You funny, bro. You got me over here crying, laughing.
Let me just say this.
Because you asked me a question doesn't give me the topic.
Yeah, no, I don't understand. I'm asking for the topic. He gives me a question, but that's fine.
I gave him a topic.
Well, no, you didn't. You asked me a question. The topic is tribulation. That's the topic. So let me just say this, and it'll just kind of help you see where I'm at with the tribulation thing, right? So anytime I run into people regarding, there's a lot of topics in the Bible, obviously, but there's a lot of topics that people hop to. They hop to this topic, and there's a lot of things that they're missing in the Old Testament. Okay, a lot. And so what any person will find when they start talking about tribulation is that word means 10,000 things to 10,000 different people. And so you have many avenues that people go regarding tribulation. You have people that's going to start in the book of Revelation. You have people that's going to start in the book of Daniel. You have people that's going to start in the book of Ezekiel. And rarely you have any of them that are actually starting in the Old Testament, right? And so, it's kind of like if you say the word Trinity and oneness to somebody, there are 10, 12 different types of Trinities. There's 10 or 12 different types of oneness. And but there are, do what?
No, there's not.
What do you mean? No, there's not.
No, there's not.
Okay, well, first of all, listen, yes, there are, bro. Not everybody sees Trinity and oneness the same way.
That is correct.
All right, so
I'll agree with you on that.
Okay, so with that being said, tribulation does not mean the same thing to everybody either, right? So, because of that, if you want to believe tribulation a certain way, you go right on ahead. But
what do you believe, bro? What
can I finish? Is it all right? So the way I see it, the way I see tribulation is irrelevant, because the way that I'm going to view tribulation is not going to be exactly the same the way everybody else views it. And usually the issue is because someone jumps the gun and they hop on certain verses. A lot of the times, those verses, and I've seen it with my own eyes, they're not even talking about tribulation. But because it sounds like it's talking about tribulation, they run with it, and they go to level 10 with whatever understanding that they're claiming that they have. And when I start bringing up things in the Old Testament, I don't even know what I'm talking about. So when it comes to like topics like tribulation or the end of times, which that's kind of like the same thing, or you start getting into any main topic, which there's many that are in the book of Revelation, like the mark of the beast. When you start getting to these topics, usually people are lacking more information than they think they know. So to be honest with you, regarding tribulation or regarding, here's a good one, like rapture, right? There are like, so far, I want to say I've heard 9 or 10 different variations of the rapture. So there's not enough people that agree on the rapture, right? And so getting into mark of the beast or tribulation, a lot of the times you'll find yourself in an argument. And so because of that, everybody's going to have their views on it, and I'll have mine, and every once in a while I'll discuss it. But today's not one of those every once in a while, to be honest with you.
All right.
Circumcised men go on the rapture.
Do what? Get circumcised and then what? What'd you say?
I said only circumcised men go on the rapture.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys, you shouldn't mock it. You shouldn't mock it. Less educated individuals that are not spirit driven. Okay, that's not funny. You don't.
Who's being mocked?
Your host there. Your host.
No. I said who is being mocked? Who?
He was laughing at people that might believe in that.
No. I didn't say who was doing the mocking. I said who is being mocked.
Well, you're mocking at people that don't believe the way that you believe.
How? By saying what?
Trot, don't put me on the spot, bro, because I will pinpoint you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You.
Tell me how I'm mocking people. You're on point. Go ahead. You have the floor.
You didn't mock nobody. You yourself didn't mock anyone. But number individual 40 that has 40 likes on his live was mocking people.
I said how. I'm asking you how. Who is being mocked? I'm not asking you who is doing the mocking.
Do not twist words for your manipulation.
Twist. I'm asking you. You're saying that someone is mocking someone. I'm asking you, who is he mocking?
Yes, they were laughing at people about the topic that you were talking about. Okay.
Bro, if me and you are both hearing the same conversation, I don't hear anybody being mocked. That's why I'm asking you.
So you didn't hear that individual on your live laughing at people.
How? I'm asking you, how is there a mockery? And you're not able to tell me. I don't understand.
Oh my God. Trot, you're not that stupid, dude. You're a fucking soldier, bro. You're a soldier. All right. You're a soldier.
Okay.
You were in the military.
All right.
You were in the military. I know a lot about you, bro.
All I'm asking you is, what did you hear where you heard someone being mocked? If you heard something, just say it. What did you hear? I don't understand why you're not just saying it. Because I didn't hear, obviously we didn't hear the same thing.
He's gone, bro. He started cussing. He's gone.
I don't know. Well, don't kick him out again. Just hold on a second.
No, I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back.
All right. Just what did you hear?
I apologize, Trot, for cussing on your
I don't care about that. That don't bother me. I'm just asking, if you heard something, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Just say what you're saying.
I know, dude, because your feelings can't be hurt because you're a soldier.
No, that ain't why. Again, what did you hear? What did you hear? I didn't hear nobody get mocked.
I heard someone laughing and mocking at people that would disagree with your ideology of what you were just speaking about.
Well, that's not what the person was saying. I get what you're saying. There was somebody laughing, but there was no mockery taking place. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Just because someone's laughing about something doesn't mean they're mocking somebody.
He literally laughed at his own joke.
Yeah, he wasn't mocking anybody. So that's why I'm saying I think you either misunderstood or maybe it sounded like he said something, but laughing, I know exactly what he was laughing about. It had nothing to do. He was talking about circumcision. So the guy's
No, we weren't talking about circumcision.
No, he was. God. He was talking about circumcision, bro. Him, not me and you. Him. That's what I'm saying. I think you're well, first of all, I didn't hear anything that he said, and I know what he was talking about, and he wasn't mocking anyone. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So,
Right.
So he was talking about circumcision. It had nothing to do with mocking anybody. So
All right, bro. I love you, dude. You know, I have your phone number. I call you from time to time.
Well, to be honest with you, I think you've only called me once.
No, I've called you 2 times.
Okay, then it could have been twice. So, you know, but like I said, you know, I don't have a problem you calling me. If I give my number to somebody, it's because I don't have a problem with them calling me. So I don't got no.
Correct, dude. That's why I trust you.
Yeah.
I trust you. I trust you.
So, but you know, it is what it is.
And you wouldn't give your number to any dumbfounded individual, right?
Well, I give my number to people that I know that if they need to call because of maybe an issue in life, I've never had a problem of helping anybody, man, to be honest with you. So I give my number to people if I know that if they call me, it's because, you know, they just need to talk. So I've never had a problem doing that, man, ever.
Well, and that's good for you. Good for you. That's how we all should be.
Yeah. Let me see.
Brother, let me go what I wanted to share with you about, because I didn't get to express what I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah, but it's about tribulation.
I only mentioned the 7-year period of tribulation, right?
Yeah. Well, look, let me just do this. Look, because it's already 7:19. So here in a short bit, I'm going to hop off, and I don't want to end it with tribulation. So you need to come. Hey, come in the morning. Okay, come in the morning. D-Scale's usually on from 8:30 to 10:30. Okay, a.m. Central Time, and come in the morning, and we could probably, you know,
I know you're 3 hours ahead of me. I get it.
Yeah. So, you know, but if you can, that's great. But I don't want to end talking about tribulation and any of that. That's just, you know, we're going to end with some Jesus talk without the tribulation. Yeah.
Trot. Can I share a praise and worship song on your life?
In the morning? Yeah. Did you write it?
Dude, I'm a praise and worship leader.
Okay. But did you write it?
Yes, I do have some of my own original.
Yeah, I mean, we don't do a whole lot of that, to be honest with you, but it ain't going to hurt for you to do it one time. So if you come in the morning, you know, we'll find a right spot to do that. It probably won't be at the very beginning and not at the end, probably, but somewhere in the middle. I'm not going to have a problem with you, you know, bringing a prayer, as long as it's not, you know, 10 minutes long.
No, dude, my songs they only last maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, you know, you do have people that have like 10, 15-minute song. I don't know why why somebody would even write one that long, but I've heard them.
No, I don't do that, bro.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Let me see. I feel like I'm being rude to everybody else. Benny, Dre, Christian must have just come up. Christian, you just come up.
He been up here, bro.
Nah, bro. I just looked up there like a minute ago. I didn't see him.
He took my spot. I had to drop down for a while when I was up. So he's been up here.
Okay. Oh man, hold on.
He's just been behaving. I think he's learning. That's all.
Hold on. Oh shoot.
So Hulk, are you telling me you don't want me to send you any liver? You're telling me?
Oh yeah, hey, send me the steak. I will take all the steak. But
You just want the steak.
You keep that liver. I give you all the steak, anything else. But that liver, give that all Trot.
I can't believe y'all don't like liver and onions, bro. Together, listen. You have to.
I'm cooking tonight, Trot.
I'm telling you.
Cooking for supper
Listen,
tonight.
if you take liver by itself, just by itself in the gravy, it's not bad. It's still a passing B to me. But if you don't put onions with it in your mouth together, man, you're missing out. I'm sorry, you're missing out.
Oh yeah, you
big
have
time.
to have all the onions.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Brenda said with jalapeno. You know what? I did it with jalapeno before, and it's not bad actually. But I do like to throw bell peppers in there. But I can do, and you know what's crazy? I have triple the amount of onions than I do liver. Like, it's the bee's knees, man.
I'm with Hulk on this one, bro. Y'all can have that, bro.
No, y'all got to know how to eat it. You can't just eat it by itself, bro. Like it's
nah, bro.
It's
the liver goes to the left, and it gets burnt up as a burnt offering.
Trey said it goes against Acts 15.
Oh, it goes against Acts 15. Oh my God, dude. Well, just throw yourself in the fire. Then you're unworthy for it all. Then just, you know what? Just burn up all of it, everything. Let's see.
Right, I'll just be the red heifer.
Yeah,
dung and all.
Shoot, heck yeah. Brenda said, "Bucks and Cowboy. Oh yeah, it's about to go down, bro. Them Cowboys about to kill them Bucks."
Crazy.
No, I'll be honest though. Oh, hey, does anybody know if one of the Bucks players are injured or anything? Because I don't.
No,
they're healthy.
Yeah, so the only way,
Dion.
Yeah, I'll tell you the only way that the
Dion
Cowboys
coming.
Do what? Hulk, what'd you say?
About Dion possibly coming to y'all.
Oh yeah,
Dion.
Yeah, no, it's serious. No, they're they're being serious. Oh yeah, no, I heard the little interview thing. But I'm telling you right now, from what I've seen, the way Dion, from in my opinion, he's gonna make them boys pay up. I'm sorry.
No doubt.
I'm sorry, bro. He's gonna make them pay up.
Jerry will pay him, bro. Jerry will pay whatever he wants to give.
Yeah, and you know what? Jerry always liked Dion, bro. So
yeah, they will trade Dak and get like probably first round, second pick, and yeah, they'll do good if they do that.
Yep. They should get, I ain't gonna lie, they should get both the Sanders boys, his kids, because his other kid's good anyway, bro. And look how young he is. You don't think that they can train him to be even better? Come on, bro.
No doubt.
And they need to take the Heisman winner, bro. Bro, can you imagine, bro?
They're not going to the same team.
What? What you say, Dre?
Shador and Travis ain't going to the same team, bro. That's not going to happen.
Why not?
That'll be nice.
Why not? Why wouldn't they?
Because they're two top. They're going to both go in the first round, and both of them are going to go in the first 5. So I don't think I've ever seen a
trade Dak. They might get the first.
Bro, listen.
Here's the thing. I've never seen a team in the history of the draft twice in the first 5 picks.
Let me just say this, bro. There's always a first time for everything. And let me say that if Dion plays the cards like LeBron James did, he can have both of his boys on that team. And Hunter can be on that team too. I'm just saying, bro. It's possible. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, he's definitely gonna have both the boys on the same team because the Shiloh is not. Shiloh's not going to be. Shiloh's like a fifth or sixth round pick. So, they definitely pick him up.
Hey, well, check it out. I'm just saying. I think it's possible. I think it's possible, dude. I don't think they play for another 30 minutes.
Not that yet, for sure.
Dak. Oh
right
Lord.
Now, bro. They're playing right now. They're playing right now, bro. I'm watching the game.
Oh, I thought they played it. I thought they played at 8.
No, bro.
Dude, it's 8:27, bro.
Oh, that means it's 7. It was 7:15 then they played. 7:15. Who's this up here? Somebody know who's that? Aki? Anybody know who Aki is?
What up, bro?
What's going on, Aki? What's on your mind, man?
Not much. What's happening?
Oh man, where are you from?
Northern Ireland.
No, Ireland, are ya? I like it. Love it. What y'all got going on in Ireland? What's going on in Ireland, man?
Well, shit, man.
Yeah. You a Dallas Cowboy fan?
What's that, sir?
Are you a Dallas Cowboy fan?
I don't know.
That was funny.
I followed him because he's from Ireland. That's where I want to go, but Ireland.
You say no, man. Just say no.
No, don't do that. Don't say no, man. Don't do that to him. Why? Come on, dude. Don't do that to him. Don't do that to him, man. Hey, Aki, is that how you pronounce it? How you pronounce that? Aki or Akai?
Aki.
Aki. Hey, Aki, you believe in God?
All right, yes, indeed.
Sweet. Hey, you know, one day I had to go to Ireland. I was there for a couple of days, and I was invited to a church in Ireland. And
Chapel or church?
Huh?
Chapel or church?
I think it was a church, okay? And I was invited, and they served beer in that church, man.
No.
Yes, they did. I was there. Yes, they did. Huh?
He says,
What'd you say, Hulk?
I think he says so, not no. What's the big deal? Pretty sure.
Oh.
It's red wine in the church.
What?
It's red wine in the church.
Well, the guys that was drinking beer, they said the other church serves wine, but this church right here, they serve beer that day. It was some kind of festival going on, and they served beer in that church. I'm telling you, I'll tell you the year. It was 2002, I think. Somewhere right there.
Nick said that's Ireland, not Northern Ireland.
Do what?
Mick said that's Ireland, not Northern Ireland.
Oh.
Hey, Trot, you was doing Hail Marys, bro, low key?
I wasn't. I seen some of them doing it in there. Oh, no, there's a bunch of people in there. But I remember, I'll never forget it. He said you were doing Hail Mary.
Trot was in that mug, Hail Mary.
Hey, I was in there. They were giving me free Red Bull, and I was like, Dom Spiritu Santo.
Hey, shot up 3-0.
Red wine.
3, they got 0.
Uh-oh. Got him singing Red Wine. Here we go. Cowboys got 3. I knew it. They're going to whoop the Bucks. Now, the only way they're going to whoop the Bucks is if they get a fumble and an interception. They might win. Other than that, not going to happen.
Hey, Trot, what do you think about getting a neon light sign of descaled for the video podcast?
Like just this, but neon.
Yeah, like on a neon board, so it's like plugged in and.
Yeah, but I'm saying just the symbol though. This right here.
Yeah, look like the logo, man.
Yeah, the logo. How big?
We can get as big as we want. That's
wow. It's gonna have to be at least like maybe 18 inches in diameter. Like,
bro, if you get one that's between 26 and 30 inches, it's about $200.
Oh, okay. We can get that one then. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Hey,
I'm getting a quote right now.
Hey, get a quote. See if you can get like a rough draft, like what it would look like. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I'll send you some. Well, I'm working on it. I'm just trying to get a quote right now because I think it'll look really cool.
Yeah, it actually would look really cool, to be honest with you. Yeah. Make sure, like, try to make the podcast like a little different than the YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Yeah, you're right. Man. All right, guys, check it out. I thought the Cowboys were playing at 8 or 8:15. They actually started at 7:15. That's my fault. I apologize. And I hope I didn't bore anybody with my granddad stories, but a lot of them pretty funny. If you if you haven't tried Dr. Pepper and peanuts, you are wrong. You need to go try it. If you haven't eaten liver and onions, you are wrong. That's the wrong answer. You need to try it.
No.
If you haven't had an onion in one hand with a dill pickle in the other, you're wrong. You need to try it. But I'm telling you right now, if you do not like onions, don't do it. But if you like onions, you need to try it. It is a very weird it's a very weird thing, but what do you say, Aki?
What about lemon?
Some lamb?
Lemon.
Lemon.
No, lemon.
Well, you know we're from America. You're gonna have to make it sound American. What's a lemon?
Fucking things that grow off a tree.
Something that comes off a tree? A lemon.
A lemon.
Is it yellow?
lemon.
Is it yellow?
Yes.
Yes, a lemon in America is a lemon.
Wow. A lemon.
A lemon in America is a lemon.
Hey, Hope, why these guys
is something that holds like your insides together.
Hey, Hope, these guys are eating liver, bro. The thing that purifies blood. How disgusting!
Yeah.
Just a nasty piece
Hey,
of
let me tell you
body
something, bro.
part,
You're a
Those
Gentile.
eat the poop shoot, man.
Hey,
What's wrong with y'all?
listen, you're a Gentile, bro. You're a Gentile, bro. So you need
That's
to
a
be
lie.
cleansed.
God, I'm sending you plenty of liver. Trust me, I'm sending you plenty of liver. Rib steak, T-bone steak.
Yeah,
Have a
send it to
chuck
me.
roast, some sirloin steak.
Oh, hey, let me.
Sending you
Hey,
all
oh,
kinds.
you sent a chop roast, and I'm gonna. Oh man, have you ever had? Basically, you get the chop roast and you smoke it like you would a brisket. You make it a brisket, and you take the liver. Listen, you take the liver and you smoke it until it's done. There's never a high temperature. You chop up the chop roast and the liver with onions and bell pepper, and you mix it together. Oh my Lord, have mercy! With scalloped potatoes.
Hey, Hope, don't worry. I'm gonna have a rental car. We can just go to In-N-Out Burger. or something. Like, we go to Whataburger.
There ain't no In-N-Out. There ain't no In-N-Out over here. It's Whataburger.
Well, we'll go to Whataburger, bro. We just go to
All right,
Whataburger.
that sounds good.
Like,
No, y'all
yeah,
come to
we'll
my
just do that.
house. No, you come to my house. You're gonna be chained to the wall, and you eating scalloped potatoes and liver and onions.
Hell no, ain't no way.
Potatoes, but no backyard. He made no eating no liver. I promise you that.
Hey, we're gonna go to the backyard. Listen. Hey, we're gonna go to the backyard. Listen. We're gonna go to the backyard and we're gonna go spotlighting, and you ain't eating nothing until you unalive it. How about that? That's what we're doing.
Bro, I'm telling Hashem on you, and I'm gonna say he's messing with my imagination.
Nothing over here. No, he gonna come in with some highway harvested deer.
Yeah, no,
That's right.
That, bro.
Hey, y'all gonna be. Hey, listen. Hey, we're gonna get all that sissy. We're gonna get all that sissy out of everybody. Ain't nobody gonna have sissy no more when you leave this house.
Dre, for Florida. Dre, for Florida, let's get the tri-tip.
Aki, what'd you say, Aki?
I like fish too.
You want some fried toast?
No, stupid Ivan.
Hey, but
Aki, you know you're. Hey, we're a bunch of Americans. You're gonna have to slow down. What?
He said he likes fried fish too, bro.
Did you say fried fish?
Oh, prawns maybe too.
No, Aki, you have to slow down, bro. You're saying it too fast. Slow down.
You guys always, man.
Sorry. Yeah. I like prawns and all too.
Electrons.
Prawns.
Prongs. What the heck's a prong, Aki?
Shrimp. Do you not know what stupid Ivan means?
Oh, shrimp. You're talking about shrimp.
So go in between their girls, knackers and go like a right.
Shrimp on the bobby.
Yeah, shrimp right in the body.
Ah, okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Oh yeah.
So prongs is shrimp with the head and all of it.
Like it's like well, it's the same thing. Like when we
crayfish.
Yeah, crawfish. Yeah, it's crawdads. Yeah, same thing.
No, it's not a crawdad.
No. The way you cook them with the head and everything in the boil. Yeah.
Yeah. Same way.
Yeah, it's not. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. We make ours kind of hot down here though. Aki, y'all make y'all's hot, y'all's boils? Do you make your prawns do you make your prawns hot?
Oh, I like them hot.
Yeah, we make them real hot down here.
Hey, bro, where's Alex to come translate, bro? We need Alex to come translate.
Where's Alex at? Spicy.
Type in the comments how you translate these comments.
Make them spicy. Make them spicy. All right.
What kind of roast do you want? Do you want chuck roast? You want round roast?
T-bone.
What do you want?
T-bone.
Well, T-bones,
T-bone.
of course. I know you want T-bones. Hulk.
Listen,
I
when
know
it comes to a roast, it don't matter. I know how to make them all. I can.
matter?
Nope. I smoke my. I don't just put it in the freaking
crock pot.
the crock pot. Heck no. Listen. I'm telling you, I turn mine into a small brisket, 100% every time.
Right.
Yep. I'm a brisket.
Well, it's going to cost me some shipping in this big old igloo cooler.
Well, I'm telling. Well, hey, don't make it too heavy where you're going to hurt your bank account. Just put in there what you want. It's all right.
That's what I want. I want you to buy beef from Nebraska. That's what I want.
She's like, I'm gonna give you a sample of everything, and I want you to buy about two more.
Right.
I want you to buy everything.
Buy some from you. You send me some of them T-bones.
I know, Hulk. I know. I
Hey,
have
Kelly, Kelly, how far are you from Colorado? Like, what part of Nebraska are you at?
I'm from North Platte, Dre. I'm only like 3.5 hours from you.
So you actually farm this meat?
I raise it all myself.
Oh, I
don't
might drive
trust
up there.
anybody else.
I might drive up there with a cooler. Me and my wife been talking about buying food directly from a farm because it's just easier that way.
Dre, I come to Colorado a lot. My sister lives in Parker and friends in Denver, and they buy beef from me all the time. And I have a refrigerated trailer that I haul meat in when I take my beef out there, so it's thoroughly frozen when I take it there.
Oh,
Not a problem. Just tell me what you want. You can sample what I send
You got
to
a
Trot,
website?
and no. No, you can sample what I send to Trot, and I guarantee that the T-bones and the ribeyes, which are bone in, by the way, will engulf your plate. You will not be able to fit it on a plate.
Yay.
Yay.
Hulk is so
Yeah.
greedy.
Hulk's happy. I gotta send Hulk a sample.
Hey,
And Troy,
make sure
when
you
we
get
get-
Hulk some gloves, bro. When we go to your house, have some of the rubber gloves ready for him.
I got gloves. Man. I got everything.
He get his own
my
food
own
tray.
plate, bro. Get my own plate.
Yeah, he getting his own
Right?
food tray.
Right?
Hey, he better get his. I'm telling you right now, you put any food on a big plate, ain't nobody else gonna get none. That boy don't mess around. That boy can eat. I'm telling you. He would go up there. Listen, Dre made some kind of food. Big made some kind of food. He ate plate of that one, plate of this one, a whole plate of fruit. He came down for 10 minutes, and he went right back up there. I'm like, bro, you're still eating? Like and I don't think it's gluttony. He just can eat. That's all it is. The boy can eat, man. I don't know what to tell you. I've seen it every day with my own eyes, my own eyeballs.
I was cracking up when he was talking to my daughter and eating. You know, he was eating all loud, like and talking to Tamara. And he was like, "Hey, man, quiet down." He got so mad. He looked at you like he was gonna punch you in your face, bro. He looked at Tamara. He said, "Don't pay him no mind. He's just miserable."
Oh yeah, I remember that. Hey, listen. Hey, listen, Dre. Hey, listen. Hold on, let me tell. Dre's daughter comes up there, and I could tell she's trying to be serious. Like she's like, okay, I have some questions, and she's doing everything right. She's not doing anything wrong. It's just that I'm just an obnoxious guy, bro. Like, I mean, it is what it is, you know. And bless her heart, she's like, well, so I was wondering, you know, this and that, and I can't remember exactly what I said, but I'm saying it, and I didn't see her, but Hulk told me, bro. She looked at you like she just wanted you to shut up. So Hulk looks at her and goes, hey, don't pay no mind. I heard him say that. I go, wait.
His mouth, just don't listen. Down to a ball at him.
I was like, what? What's going on? And Dre was like, no, I did look at her. She did look at you like she wanted you to shut up. I was like, what? Like, you didn't warn her? Hey.
Smart. You said something slick. I was like, oh, you know.
No, but I was like, I think I did tell you, Dre, like, you didn't warn her? Like, how does she not know how I am? Like, you didn't, like, hey, by the way, try some bit different. Like,
You remember when she got there on the microphone and talked, she was talking about being nice and everything and looking at Trot while she said it. It was so funny.
Oh, man, that's something else, bro. Dre, somebody's asking how old your daughter is. She's in college. How old is she, Dre?
I got 2 daughters. My oldest is 20 and the youngest one is 16.
Yeah, but this was a 20-year-old, right?
Yeah. She's
Okay.
the one that's in Oral Roberts, so she's coming with all her. She's acting like you, like your boy Mike Jones.
Oh,
I'm so smart. I studied the Bible as long as she's been around.
Hey, come on, be nice. Be nice, bro. Shut up.
You know, ain't nothing off limits with Dre, bro. Ain't nothing off limits.
Yeah, I know. I know.
When people be saying stuff like that, though, that I was like, oh boy.
I know. Yeah, Allie, what'd you say, Allie? High trot. What's up, Allie? Allie, you change your picture. What is that? Is that Disney character? How's everything going, Allie? You still dating that dude? Y'all doing all right or what? Or maybe that's a late question, or maybe that's a late comment, or old comment.
Nah, she just commented.
Oh, not much. I've been really sick. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Get him, Trot. I hear him in the background.
Oh yeah, you hear him.
White.
You hear him all right. He's out there barking at the squirrels. I promise. Man, we filled up. Hey,
red zone, bro.
Do what?
On the red zone. On the red zone.
Man, hey, I'm telling you, as soon as it turns 6 o'clock around here, it's everything red zone, man. Everything. Like my neighbors.
No idea. Wait till y'all get there. Y'all gonna know why Danny P was scared. He said, "I gotta get up out of here, brother. The lights don't went out here. I can't be caught." Danny P said, "I can't be caught around here, brother. I gotta go." He's like, I'm on the wrong side of the railroad tracks after dark. Dog took off, man. He wasn't playing, boy. He was like, I'm out of here.
I don't care. I'm going to tell him. Matter of fact, I'm glad you said that. I'm going to send him a message tonight saying...
Y'all got a TD truck.
Huh?
TD. Y'all got 10 now. Y'all got to.
I'm going to tell Danny P that everybody's coming down and you need to come on. I'm going to tell him. I don't care if you're going to come or not. I'm going to tell him to come on. He don't live but 30 minutes from me. Danny's 30 minutes from me, bro. I need light or I won't come out and play. I'm telling you, we are bumpkin living out here. There ain't no lights out here. I'm telling you this.
The chupacabra lives in his woods. El cucuy sale en la noche. El cucuy.
The cucuy monster, right? The cucuy monster.
Cucuy, that's the monster, bro. Cucuy lives in the backyard of Trot's house, bro. I'm telling you.
Allie, what'd you say, Allie? Hold on.
The boonies.
Oh, big
Yeah.
foot is.
What'd you say, random guy? What'd you say? I'd be right at home. Oh yeah, man, this is home, bro. The country living is the best way, dude. What'd you say, Allie?
Country too, bro.
Only way.
This the only way. No, Hulk, I know you do. I was talking about random guy. Allie, what'd you say? Why isn't there lights? Oh, because I live in the country. Like bumpkin diving. Brenda, not the cucuy. Oh, is that how you spell that?
Yeah.
Oh, not the cucuy. I grew up.
They still got like leftover ropes in their trees when you're riding down Trot Street.
Oh, God. Dude, oh my God.
Look, listen, don't be coming. Hey, try that in a small town. You hear me? Try that in a small town. Let me just say this. The small town that I live in, there might be, and this ain't even small in comparison to real small town. A real small town, there's like 1,000 people that live there. That's a real small town. And what?
Small town is 350 people.
No. There's several types of small towns, but what I'm saying is a real small town has around 1,000, or smaller is what I'm saying. So it's around 1,000 or smaller. And in my small town, there's like probably 20,000, but it's still considered a small town. Like it's still, but a real one.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's right.
Street,
that's right.
Just like that, bro.
Yep.
If you get a flat tire, stay in your car.
Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, we don't buy chainsaw chains. We sharpen our own out here. You hear me? We sharpen our own. Just put it.
You get a flat tire. Don't even call AAA. Just pray to God.
That's right. You'd be better off. You'd be better off.
Yep. Absolutely. Don't go knocking on nobody's door. You gonna get. Hey, you gonna be somebody's backstrap. You hear me?
Dude, I might just drive my truck so I can bring my stuff with me. Bro.
Hey, Brenda. Hey, Brenda said, "Oh no, I'll see y'all in Florida." Come on, man.
Right, I got you beat in small town, bro.
Huh?
My county is 650 square miles, and there's probably 9,000 people.
In your county?
In the whole county.
Oh yeah, I know. There's counties out here like that. Matter of fact, I got one. Oh, what'd you say, Kelly?
In our county, there's only 400 people in our county.
How big is your county, though?
How many square miles is it, Kelly? That matters.
Not even.
My heifer.
You're unincorporated.
What's up?
I live in unincorporated.
What's going on?
Huh?
What's up? What y'all laughing about? What I miss?
Oh, I was just talking about. I said Benny got to ride with me, man. I'm gonna make sure he good.
Oh my god. Benny, you're from freaking Fort Sill, Oklahoma, bro. You're fine. Well, I don't mean you're from there, but bro, the military base areas, they're all, bro, you're good. It's not.
Hey, Dre said he got me. He's been there a time or two, so hey, I trust him.
I wouldn't be inviting anybody to my house. Listen, if you know me, you're fine. Just don't be coming around here by yourself.
Hey, if you do and you get pulled over, just be like, "Yes, sir, master. I'm just going back home, master. That's all."
Yeah. Got me thinking I might need to drive my truck so I can bring my stuff with me.
Oh man.
I'll say, what's your name?
Hope you can't get more white than you, bro. You're good. What are you talking about?
Dude.
He said, "What's your name, Toby?" Oh man, stop, bro. Stop it.
Hey, some of these small towns, you get pulled over, man. They don't ask for license. They ask for who you're going to see and to see if you're on their visitation list.
Yep. They're gonna say, "Hey, reason for the stop is number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's the reason. So, where are you going?"
Bro, listen.
Your answer better be correct.
Hey, listen. I'm telling you right now, if I got Betty in the car, I ain't stopping until I pull in your property. Ain't no stopping on that street, bro. I'm telling you right now. We stopping when we see the 2 American flags right in there. That's where we're going.
Hey, look, if you're getting pulled over, bro, and you pull into my driveway, just get out and go base.
Yep. It's gonna be like Benghazi, bro. We're running for dear life.
Hey, Benny, you lay down on the back seat, bro.
So we're trying
to lay down on the back seat. Me and Dre sitting up front. You'll be good, bro.
Oh man, bro.
We're like, hey, Benny, duck, Benny.
Hey, yeah, look, hey, give it grace. Yeah, I'll pass for this occasion. I'll be able to pass.
Y'all out of there, dude. Yeah.
Light bright.
Man.
All right. Listen, God bless y'all. I just come up here to cut up a little bit.
You're good, man.
Love y'all.
Yeah, you're good. We love you too, man. We're just cutting up ourselves. All right, everybody say bye. The Cowboys have already been on approximately first quarter. I could care less about the first quarter. Y'all have a good one.
It's
man, Cowboys
7-10.
Oh man, it could go any way, man. I just need them to fumble the ball and the Cowboys recover it, make a touchdown, fumble the ball again, or at least a pick six, and then we might have a chance. We might have a chance. All right, guys.
Kobe out.
Oh, shut up. All right, guys. God bless. We'll see y'all in the morning.
God bless y'all.